Let me shut my phone off because I don't want Max to call crying again.
Dude.
What? Let me just shut this off because it will kill me.
You didn't once
What?
say that you had a recital to go. Your son's recital.
I didn't.
We're both fatherless men.
Yeah.
So is
Max. And so is Max. Tonight, on the day of his first recital.
Well, recitals for boys are gay, so you're making a real man.
What's up? You're right. Fuck him.
Max, when you see this in the future, this is when you became the toughest son of a bitch to walk the earth. You're getting close to the porn age.
Listen to me.
Did you catch him already?
I want to talk about this. I can't talk about it.
Come on, dude.
I can't talk about it.
You're on the couch just hanging out.
Dude.
The lady took the dog for a walk.
Dude.
Let's get nuts. Just boys in the room. What happened? Is he at porn age yet? My mom, I'll tell you a story. We can ease you in.
Yeah.
I used to, this is like before DVD porn. This is VHS porn.
Right.
But then I get Playboys and penthouses.
Yeah.
And then what I'd do is I would take them and hide them up in my closet where I had like a couple Playboys and a couple penthouses up there. And then one day I went for the stack, gone.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But never said anything. Waited for me to say something.
Yeah.
And I just held tight.
Yeah. My mom caught me whacking off.
Like mid-beat?
She went to the store one day. She goes, me and your sister went to the store. You want to come? I was like, nah. Because whenever the house was empty, it was time to make love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that what you call beating off?
When the house was empty. Because that means
But
that means you get...
I don't care about the house being empty. Did you call jerking off making love?
When the house was empty. Because, let me tell you, let me finish. Because then that's when I can get fully naked.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you kiss the air?
Yeah, like, yeah. Yeah.
Did you like hump your hand?
Because before that,
you were a sensual ass
it was like
young
you had
man.
to take it out and do it somewhere in the bathroom quick. But when nobody was home, you could make love.
Let me tell you, I was CBGB beating. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was just pulling it out, get the venom out of me.
You were black flagging it.
Yeah. It's like very anti-authority. And just fucking get. When
I could get the house alone, I would get fully naked. I remember she left. She did all the linens too. Like, so my bed was bare. So
So you really felt like a dirty girl.
When I used to jerk off too, and when I used to masturbate, we used to use Vaseline petroleum jelly.
That's a son of a bitch to get off your hand when you're done.
Yeah, but that's all, that back in the day. That's what you had. You didn't jerk off with the your mom's leg cream because that was kind of gross and
I also feel like it would hurt.
But petroleum jelly was great.
So you have a bare mattress. Slick the hog.
Slicking the hog, and then I heard boo.
No.
And my mother opened the door. She went boo, and then she went
no,
and she fell to the ground laughing.
How old were you?
And then she literally had to reach up, grab the door, and shut it.
How old are you?
She was going, whoa!
How old are you?
I was 15.
Fuck, so you were getting an aggressive beat. It wasn't like 12, what am I doing? How does this feel?
I had a fucking snatch of pubes up top.
And you were
naked. I had my legs like this.
Oh.
And I was like this, back arched.
And she goes, boo!
Boo! And I went,
that was my question. Did you break? Or were you stay
Did I break?
Hey, get out of here.
Oh, no. I went into complete shock. I went,
and then you wilted.
It was like a ghost. So then I immediately...
You had a wiener wilt.
I froze. She shut the door, crawled, I believe, back to her room laughing. Yeah. I could hear her going... And then I put my clothes on, and I went into her room, and she was folding clothes. And she was like, so you didn't think we were going to come...
Your mom being like, so you want meatloaf?
Yeah.
You want a fat meatloaf tonight? You fucking pervert.
Never said a word. 2 weeks later, me and my sister were at the table with guests over, and we were eating, and she wouldn't pass something to me, and I was like, pass this ketchup, whatever it was, you fatso. I called her fatso.
You called your mom fatso?
No, my sister.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, at least I don't jerk off with the Vaseline, pervert. And my
in front of the guests.
My mom went.
Oh, man.
My mom and stepdad both started cracking up. It was embarrassing. I just stood up and ran up the stairs.
Will you answer this next question honestly?
Yes.
How many prostitutes have you murdered because of that moment?
3.
3.
Just
Here we
3.
go. You're not supposed to walk in. Boo. Boo to you.
It's funny.
Boo to you.
It's funny, man.
Just killing a fucking
It's funny
lady in
for
the
me to
night.
talk to you about prostitutes because you've never had a prostitute.
No. I don't like the idea of they're only fucking me because of the money. That takes me out of the whole thing.
Yeah, it takes all of us out of the whole thing.
Well, no, I think there's some dudes that love that. There are dudes that love, like, here's money, fuck me now.
Really?
I've had conversations with friends of ours who have been like...
Do I know any of these friends?
Yeah.
Do I talk on a microphone with some of these
You
people?
have. And they've said they like... I know... There's a friend of ours, and I will not release names, unless we do a Patreon, where he... with his girlfriend, long-term girlfriend, would play hooker because he liked the idea of giving her $40 for a blowjob.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
That's hot.
I love it because
I love that he got a discount too.
I know, $40.
He didn't even give the girl, a woman he loves, 100. I mean, it's coming back to you.
Yeah.
In Starbucks or snacks.
That's your money.
Yeah, right?
She goes, actually, you know what? I've got snacks tonight. And he goes, yeah, because I paid you to suck my dick.
You suck my dick.
That could never take myself out of that.
It's such a good thing, though. Here's the thing. I hope my son never does that. I hope he goes the route of you, because later in life, his relationships will be better. You know what I mean?
Not transactional.
Well, you have because I was never, my generation, when you don't talk about sex, your parents don't tell you, there's nothing. She never mentioned it again. So I had to learn sex from all these other kids.
Yeah, which
was
not
terrible.
good. Which is not good,
right?
Because you don't know who's getting thrown in the mix.
My kid can come to me and told me he's looked at stuff. I said, listen, you tell me, and he told me he looked at a couple things, and I saw what he looked at, and it was just girls on TikToks like dancing.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
And I was like,
and you
right.
want to keep that innocence forever. That's what Jay always would make fun of me. Jay's like, you're so vanilla because you like beer commercials. It's like, I'm going to keep that alive.
Yeah.
As long as I can, of
Please.
being into jiggling tits in a bikini.
Yeah, you don't have to stare at your wife's vagina and go, "This is not my sister. It's not my sister."
I don't want to see a gaping asshole to make my cock move.
Yeah, you know, prolapsed asshole.
Yeah.
Just
be
so
like,
you can
oh God, I found you in a crate.
I need to
That's
punch
what
it.
gets me going.
I need to punch your stomach and have your pussy shoot out
Tell
like
me
a
you
stress
need
doll
this-
nose.
Tell me you need this for your family's food. You're like, you don't want that.
What?
I want a lady that's like, hey, I'm on a trampoline and I've got jiggly tits. And you're like, it's pretty cool. I'm still
Pretty
into that.
hot. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, if you're listening to this, number one, thank you for listening. Number two, I'm on the road. December 8th, Royal Oak Theater in Royal Oak, Michigan. Come out, dansoder.com for tickets. Also, Buckhead Theater in Atlanta the following night, December 9th. If you're in the Atlanta area, come see me at the Buckhead Theater. Get tickets at dansoder.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me at Dan Soder on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, all that shit.
Are you a good bang?
I don't know. I would think I'm okay.
I want to ask you seriously, and I know you're humble. I know you're humble.
Here's why I say yes.
Yeah.
Here's why I say yes.
Because you have a smoking hot chick in the other room. Yeah, dude.
Also, I'm desperate to please people. It's a gift and a curse. I hate it. I'm like working on not being a people pleaser right now. But I would say,
Why?
yeah, let go.
Just say
Liz
say
was
what
here,
you
he'd be
want.
like, you
Get
need to-
what you deserve.
Yeah, get it.
Get
Come. Come on, her tush.
Even if
I
you
don't know
don't
if you'd
have
say that.
rhythm, say you do.
We're doing an impression of the therapist that we share, who, by the way, has a client that's his age after me.
What?
He's
Old
like
guy?
Yeah, like a 75-year-old dude.
Oh, that's bothersome.
But you know what Katie and I always joke around about? That they're just friends and they just talk shit about how big of a pussy I am. And then he comes in and he goes, crying about his dad again. And he's like, what do you want, Alan? He's a fucking pussy. Every time I leave, they're like, hey, did that stupid prick leave?
Hey, remember the guy that used to be fat? Is he still coming in?
Oh, they have the guy that used to eat that was big and now he's small.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh,
I
anger
get it.
issues. We got it.
We got it. Oh, you can't stop yourself around bread.
Yeah.
Shut up, you schmuck.
You didn't have a dad. Join the club.
They're both old Jewish men, and that's why this is accurate.
I think they got that.
Well, you know, I'm trying to have a lot of context.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You right now.
What was that? Were you getting into character? Why did you wipe your face? What kind of weird fucking move was that? Let me ask you something. That was like, I dated an actress and she would do this thing called actress breath. When she was trying to be serious, she'd go like this. I just don't feel like you're listening to me. And immediately I'd be like, this is bullshit. I'm going to swat your point down. You don't actress breath me. You just actress breath me. You know what? Let me ask you something. Where does that come from? So I disagree. I think it went MySpace.
What'd you say?
Touch
What'd you say?
Hulk
You disagree
Hogan.
with who?
Don't you touch
Disagree
the
with who?
longest reigning WWF heavyweight champion of all time. Dude, the Gary cassette will get your fucking fingers broke.
I know it does that.
Dog, all these little things are very, all my little special, all my special things. Dude, touch my little thin ears. Look how thin my ears are. Go ahead, give them a flick.
They're almost elfish.
No, from behind your ass. That hurt. Jesus, Bobby. This is the first time I've been physically assaulted on my own podcast. And I know he edits like a whiz, so I know he'll be able to focus in. There,
right,
are you happy? Look how flimsy that was.
That was flimsy.
So is your question is, how scared am I?
My question is...
Is that your question?
There was something before you were just saying that was interesting, but I forget what it was.
We're talking about Facebook. And
yeah, well, you're doing your special, but it's like...
By the way, I'm not calling it a special because I don't think it's a special.
Okay.
I think it's more of an hour / mixtape. It's just the hour I have right now, I just want to put it out.
Like, I just put my special on
Punch Up Live.
Punch Up. But it's like the amount...
We might put it on Punch Up Live first, and then we might put it on
the amount of emails
YouTube.
that I got...
I know, it's crazy.
I'm like, shit. And I'm like, okay, so I can... He goes, yeah, we can find out where all these people are.
By the way, check out Punch Up Live. Go watch Bobby's stuff on there. Joe List's got stuff up there. Sam Morrill.
It's just a weird
Giannis
thing.
Pappas.
It's a weird thing to me that we put these things on YouTube and we're hoping for some monetary value.
Sure.
Right? If they don't fuck you out of that.
Yeah.
Some third
And they
party
can decide.
They can
decide which ones go and which ones don't. I've had meetings with you. I mean, like when we were making this podcast.
Do you know YouTube people?
I personally had a meeting with a guy from YouTube.
They're worth their shit, but...
We'll edit that part out. I think they're great.
I mean, here's the
I
thing.
think they do great work. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited for that. Guys, hey,
So you met with
Corporate Dan, the return of Corporate Dan. Yeah. Guys, YouTube's great. I think it's owned by a wonderful company. I think it gives a lot
So
of
you met YouTube people.
Well, figuring all this shit out, dude, this is what I mean by trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
I think, like, you've had you know what, dude, for 15 years. Yeah. You've had your own podcast. I mean, you had Bobby Kelly with sometimes Colin Quinn.
But I've had it before. I had it at this point where...
It was
I was doing it out of love of the game. I still do it out of the love of the game. I don't make the money that people have made off podcasts. I never got that. When I had like me and Joe DeRosa, if we could have just saw something, we could have been the #1 podcast.
I mean, look at you. It was like you and Rogan were the only people doing podcasts.
The business is fucking nuts like that. It changes on a dime, and people who are trajectories are going like this, playing off, and then other guys just shoot the fuck past them.
I think it's just chaos right now.
Yeah, that's why I think it's the main thing, and I'm happy you're doing what you're doing, is because the main thing above all else, is being happy.
Yeah. This is, you know, when we announced the podcast or whatever, and we announced that it's only 30 to 40 minutes an episode.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people being like, well, what the fuck? You guys recorded an hour, put out the hour, don't edit. One guy was like, the best podcasts don't edit. And you're like, that's fine. That's what you think. I want to put out something that I'm comfortable with. And I also don't want people to get sick of me.
Yeah.
Because I think there's an opportunity right now.
It's funny, man. This is the thing I'm learning too, is that I can never go to the accolades, because I will find what I'm really looking for is the haters.
Yeah.
So if I go for I will find them, and then one guy will say something like that, and I'll be like, should we make this? Should we not end it?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we made a creative decision to do this one thing.
You know what I started doing now?
I'm doing this.
When I see, like, if I'll look at stuff and I'll see like a really nice compliment, I'll go, that's the best it's going to get. Back up.
I don't
Stop
look at
looking.
I don't look at it. The only thing I look at is tits. If I see tits, I look.
Well, now my question reverts back to you.
Yeah.
How are you going to control your son's not looking at tits? What if that's in his blood?
I'm not.
And all he wants to do
I'm
is...
not. He's a dude. Let me tell you something. He said to me the other day. He goes, "Got a girlfriend." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "When I went over this girl's house, you know how I got her?" I'm like, "Why? How?" He goes, "I walked over, Dad. I took a picture of her, and then I went, hey, do me a favor, rate my girl 1 to 10." And then I showed her the picture of her.
He's got lines.
And she said 10, and he was like, "That's how I got her." Yeah. And you know, Big J was talking about, you know Big J, right?
I know Big J.
You guys were so good together.
We were great. We're still
The best.
We're still great together.
You guys still great together.
We're still great on our phone calls that no one else hears.
Oh, really?
That we say that all the time. I was on the road one time and we talked for like an hour on
You know
the
how
phone.
sad he must be, hanging up the phone going, "We should be doing this."
We did it for 8 years.
All right, relax. I'm kidding. It was a joke. Jesus
You can
Christ.
see, but by the way,
My God.
this brings into the dad shit that I love talking to you about, because I see people, they'll tag me in tweets or whatever, and they'll be like, "Bobby, all right, we get it. You love your son." And I'm like, I don't think Bobby realizes the bonfire is built on dadless homes, and
Yeah.
you being a good dad
Yeah.
is like, it's like pouring water onto fire, where people
know.
are like, hey, you're supposed to be a shitty dad, and you're like the best dad.
I know.
I love watching how good of a dad you and Lewis are.
It's funny to me, too, because I forget that the bonfire was made on two stoners being stoners.
Who also have raging dad issues.
Right.
Raging
Yeah.
dad issues.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel bad that show, like, people like, the show's going to die. No, it did die. That show is fucking
well, it's
dead.
not two stoners anymore.
It's not. It's a whole new show. So the people that are cool with us are going to stay.
Yes.
And the people that love that show, it's like, no matter how much bitching you're going to do,
It's not going to come back.
I'm never going to become a pothead fucking dude. I'm never going to become you.
Would be really funny, though, if just one day you're like, dude, I smoke blunts every morning. I don't even talk to Max anymore.
I was like, yeah. And
I
did
go,
perfect.
oh my God, you come in and just do a perfect Macho Man? I was like,
Well, yeah,
what
I
happened?
feel bad for those guys, though. I feel bad for those people because it's like...
I know, because I
no,
think everything's supposed to end.
But that's what I know, because I've been with Opie and Anthony. I've been, in these situations where the Colin Quinn Tough Crowd, there was these things where these people were so into this thing, and then it ended, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but
like they had to deal with Jim and Sam.
But
you know what I mean?
But I think it all comes back.
No, not in a bad way, but
No, the way you
they
said
had-
that was real positive.
No, but they had that fan base had to
Adjust.
drop off. Some stayed, and then they growed from there. This is a whole new thing,
Well, I think that's part of the same problem of why we're getting sick of, there's another, they're doing another Star Wars movie, or they're doing another thing. Like, people can't let stuff die and new stuff be born.
I know.
But that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is we've both had moms that have dated while we were kids and had to deal with that. Katie and I have been watching we didn't watch the whole season. We've just been watching the last 2 episodes of The Golden Bachelor.
What is that?
It's Bachelor for old women.
That's why you and Jay was so good. You watch the same stupid TV.
Yeah, that's exactly
it
it.
really is.
But the thing we noticed is...
You got, dude, did you see that old broad when she came in? And,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly it. But Katie and I do that now. We get high, we go like...
Does Katie get high?
I can't answer that. Yes.
She does not get high.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Really? Dawn used to get high, and I want her to get high again.
Give her some edibles.
I have.
That's the mom way now.
I want her to fucking...
Give her like a little 10 milligram.
I want her to get stoned. I want to come into the room and like have her be like Sigourney Weaver and like Ghostbusters 1.
What, floating? Possessed by a demon?
Just no the wind coming in.
Yeah,
just
she
a
was
titty
possessed
hanging
by a
out.
demon.
Yeah, I
Bobby.
want that.
You want your wife to be possessed by a demon.
I want her to go, yeah.
You go, my wife was on the bed 3 feet above the bed. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, Dawn, it's just you giving her that talk while she's breathing. Like,
Are you good with
Are
it?
you the gatekeeper?
Yeah, I want that.
Are you the key master? You're like, are you the gatekeeper?
Yeah.
But
What's the question?
the thing I noticed is like we both watched our moms try. Yeah. Did you feel like your mom was trying to give you a better life by dating, or did you feel like she was trying to...
I think my mom was trying to give herself a better life.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
I think my mom thought that our life was good with her. She worked a lot, She wasn't home. The problem with what happened with my mom, she had my sister too young.
So your sister is the oldest.
She had my sister when she was 15. She had me when she was 18. My father and her broke up while he was in Vietnam.
Wait, your dad was in Nam?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
70.
You're damn, dude.
What?
You're old as fuck.
I look good.
You do.
I do.
53. You look fucking
good.
So your dad's in Nam. He's got Charlie all over the place.
He's came back a little fucked up.
You think?
Yeah.
But your mom broke up with him when he was in the shit?
I think something happened. I think she cheated on him. Something weird happened.
Jesus.
Because I never got the thing. I got the thing from my dad and I got the thing from my mom.
What?
So I never got the story.
Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy is that's a big similarity that we have.
Yeah.
I only heard my dad and his family talk shit about my mom.
Yeah.
I only heard my mom and her family talk shit about my dad.
Yeah, somewhere
so
in
you
the
don't
middle
know the
lies
real
the
story.
truth, yeah.
You know, it's the only time I made Alan cry.
You made Alan cry?
Yeah.
Kidding, I do it all the time.
Damn it. I was really hoping I was
I've
going to
done it
wow
4
you.
times.
I know. You got 4? I got 2.
4. I got 4.
I got 2, but I remember them. But we were going, my grandma was turning 90 and my mom, it's not even her mom, it's my dad's mom. But she's the only grandparent alive. And my mom was like, I'll help you with their birthday party. So I flew my mom out to San Francisco. You know, I picked her up. We were driving to my grandma's. And we were going by her old apartment in Marin. And I was like, you want to go see Nana's like old apartment? And my mom was like, oh my God, I haven't been there since like 78. And I was like, oh, let's drive down. So we were driving down there and my mom like got emotional on Sir Francis Drake, which is like the main road off the highway. As we turned down it, my mom was like, the last time I was driving down this street, going to this apartment, I was with your father and I was so in love with him. And she like started getting emotional. And I was telling Alan, that's the only time in my life I've ever seen my parents be in love. That was the only time in my life. But it's the only time in my life I've ever seen my mom. It's the only time in my life I've ever seen my mom be like, oh, I'm in love with your dad. Yeah. Because the rest, just like you, growing up, they're like, fuck him. Guy fucking sucks.
Well, I didn't think that about my dad. I didn't.
Was he around when you were a kid?
He wasn't around when I was young. Then my mom remarried to this guy who was a fucking douche.
That's the piece. So you got the piece of shit first.
I got the piece of shit kindergarten to 5th grade.
Fuck, 5 years.
And that was the 5 years of just physical,
abuse,
mental abuse.
Yeah, he just abused the hell out of you.
He punched you and hit you and whacked you and stupid fatty, stupid idiot.
And would your dad ever come around in those years?
No, well, I remember, I have all these bad memories, man. And I remember crying, being so fucking sad, and I'm like, I want to move out. And my mother went, I want to go live with my dad, because he had just come over. He would come over and pick me up once in a while and take me to lunch or take me somewhere.
And how sick was that? Because whenever, I don't know if you felt this way, whenever you're with your dad out of your own home where shit sucks, you're like, oh, the realm of possibilities is endless.
It's crazy.
You think of your dad's like, it's kind of cool because it's like the same pop Kramer got in Seinfeld when he'd come in the door and everyone's like, "Wah!" Yeah. And he, also yelled the N-word. But you'd come in and you'd be like, "Wah!" You'd be like excited.
Well, my dad was cool as shit.
So was mine. My dad was funny as hell.
He always had chapstick. He had my lips.
Oh,
damn. I remember he'd do this.
Those are genetic.
And he would just be like, what's up? Let's go.
See, my dad would...
Leather jacket. Fonzie leather jacket.
My dad had a bomber jacket.
Yeah.
My dad would smoke cigarettes.
My dad smoked too.
We'd always get in his bug. He had a yellow bug. And he'd pop a red in, right? And he'd jimmy the window down. Yeah. But I always remember he'd be talking and he'd light his cigarette and he'd be like, so how's school going? And he'd be like, and then and I'd watch the smoke come out of his nose and his mouth and catch.
Yeah, my dad would come over, a leather jacket. How you doing, Kathy? Very cool. How you doing, Kathy? Bobby, let's go. We get in the car.
What about your sister?
And he would never take. He would take us separately.
Really?
And then he would pop a cigarette in, and he would take his chapstick first, do his lips, and they were wet, sexy wet though.
Like LL Cool J wet?
Yeah, and he would go, and then he would pop a cigarette. Like, we want to go for lunch. Just cool as shit.
Why did he take you?
So one night, let me just tell the story.
Yeah.
One night I said I want to go live with my father, and
that's the classic.
Dude, I'm dying crying.
Yeah,
like I'm dying.
You're making like a weird wheeze noise.
She went,
I want to go live with again.
She went, I'm not fucking queer. She went,
I don't know. Sorry, your dad's putting on fucking lip gloss before he smokes a cigarette.
It's a goddamn man. And it was chapstick.
Yeah,
cocksucker.
was it? Was his lip? Don't you
talk
fucking
about
touch
Steve.
the Hulkster.
You don't talk about Steve.
It's Steve, dude. Steve
talk
Kelly.
about
What a
Steve Kelly.
fucking Boston name.
Dude.
Fucking Steve Kelly.
She goes like this. She goes, and she knew, which is sucky, but she knew. She goes, call him.
Oh, God damn
And
it.
she went like this, bum, bum. Your son wants to live with you. And said, here. And she knew.
Dude,
Fuck!
it's crazy. It's crazy you say that.
Why?
Trish played that same hand.
Really?
That same exact hand where I go, I want to live with Dad. She goes, you want to live with Dad? Okay.
Oh.
Go live with Dad.
Yeah.
One time I told her I was going to run away. I was like, I'm going to run away. My mom didn't say anything. She got up, went to the coat closet, grabbed my winter jacket. It was like December. Opened the door, threw the jacket out the thing. She goes, go ahead.
How old?
11?
Wow.
And I was like, what? I didn't mean it. You have to like pull it back. You're like, damn, bitch. I don't know. I was like, kind of just like joking.
I ran away.
You did?
I ran away in third grade.
So you're 8 years old.
Yeah, third grade. Ran away. I was crying at a bus stop because the guy was such an abusive piece of shit.
Yeah.
Crying at a bus
here's
stop.
the thing I know
and
about
this
you.
hot chick went, what's wrong with you? I told her I ran away and I have nowhere to go. Dude, I was fucking terrified. This hot little, she probably had to be like teenager, walked me to my house and opened it. My mother was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Grabbed me, hugged me, holding me. I went, oh Mom, I love you so much. And she went, I love you too. And I remember I was this moment of, oh my God. And I was under the table. I remember this glass table, and I was just happy that my mother said, I love you.
Did she not say it a lot?
But she's on the phone. No, she's Irish Catholic. Then she goes, she's on the phone with her girlfriend, and I heard her, and she's like, yeah, and he came home, and then, he grabbed me, and he goes, oh, Mom, I love you so much. And she went, she started laughing. Dude, I started crying again. I went to my room. Never told her that, by the way.
She never know that story?
But I look back now, and she was just, it was, she was probably doing it because it was cute.
Whoa, she
but it
fucking
killed me.
23?
She was
She's
young.
23? My mom had me when she was 35. So my mom, I was like,
Yeah, my mom was
my
a
mom
hoe.
was like Nick Nolte in another 48 hours. She was over it. She's like, hell, kid, I don't know. Go play with your toys.
Yeah.
She had been through shit. My mom had been paralyzed and then back to life again. And then I showed up and I'm like, can I go watch wrestling? And she was like, why did I let that bartender come in me? But it really was.
Dude, my mom got laid in a bush when she was 15.
I mean-
she had my sister when she was 15. Think about a 15-year-old. That's 5 years older than Max.
So that is fucking
Crazy.
nuts. So your dad never took you both out together?
He told, nah, once in a while, but we didn't get
Why
along.
did he? Because he wanted one-on-one time.
Me and my sister kind of separated at that point because we were both trying to survive this middle guy,
Yeah.
this stepdad, and he used to abuse her too. So we kind of just went on our own.
What got him out of there?
My mother divorced him
Why?
because he was an abusive piece of shit.
But why did it take 5 years? Did she not know the
just
abuse was
didn't do that.
happening?
You just didn't do that back then. You know what I mean? You worked it out. You figured it out. You're Irish Catholic. It's
Yeah.
a sin. It's like, you know what I mean? You had kids when you were too young. She had to go to a house, like a Catholic home.
Oh, she went to like a unwed mother home?
You can't, back then you couldn't, when you went to the hospital, if you had a kid, you couldn't go.
Dog, what are you talking about? My mom was excommunicated from being Catholic because she got divorced from her
Sure.
first husband.
Yeah.
She got married in college and then she was like, this was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to get divorced. And her parents were like, you can't come to our church anymore.
Yeah.
You're excommunicated.
Yeah.
So she married my dad, who didn't give a fuck about religion, and he was Episcopalian, which allows divorce because of the King of England. It's the reason he created it, was so he could get divorced.
I love religions like that. They cater to themselves.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you look up Episcopalians, it's Catholicism with divorce. That's
Yeah.
just all it is. So my mom was like not allowed to go to the same church as her family because she got
Well,
divorced.
my mom, when she dumped that guy, I think. Can I tell you something? This is all coming together
Yeah,
now.
let it out.
I think she was working at the Grossman's Bargain Outlet, and I believe she had met somebody.
That's what it is.
I think
that
she,
new dick.
Hang on, yeah, she got some new dick, And
that new dick, she was like, hold on. Also, I just remembered, that guy hits my kids. It's like a hot dude, and she goes,
"It's gonna work out."
Oh, also she's just grabbing for reasons to leave him. She goes, "You know what? I just remembered this. He fucking beats the shit out of my kids.
Yeah.
I should probably leave him."
He punched me in the stomach a few times.
And Rob at the store's nice to me.
Yeah, he held me down in front of Bobby and had sex with me.
Holy shit!
Now listen,
Jesus Christ, dude! The fact that you are who you are.
Yeah.
I just want to say this as we touch fingertips. The fact you are who you are is so goddamn impressive. I hope this is the podcast that Max sees first and goes like, "My dad went through a lot of shit to be this great dad."
Well, we'll see.
Bonfire fans are going to go, "Shut up! We get it. You love your son," because we all have the same hole.
Yeah, but you need to fucking move on.
I know.
They need to move on.
I know. I get it.
Paul, I'm so sorry.
Brother, I get it.
So sorry, baby.
When he divorced, when your mom, how did
she hooked up with Larry, who was married, who became my second stepdad.
Who was great.
Who was the best.
He was the one that passed away like 5 years ago?
He passed away.
But he was great. You loved him.
That was the love of her life.
And you loved him.
Love of her life.
Really?
And I loved him too.
And
great. He was just, and I say this and my mother gets mad, couple years too late for me. Because I already started using drugs. I already went and tried to I found a family and friends in alcohol and drugs.
For sure.
Because I didn't have anybody. So I went and I found it.
Yeah.
And he came in as I was passing him. So I'm like...
So it took you until your adult years to appreciate...
Around 11, 12, 13, around 30, I passed him going just in that bad direction.
Yeah.
And I found those friends and I found drugs. Right as he stepped in, I was like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And we hung out a couple times. I was like, "Man, I really like this guy," but I was already gone.
You're on the streets.
And it sucks.
You belong to the streets.
I wouldn't have been a comic. I would be probably into some type of manly construction thing or own my own.
Be a contractor.
Something like that. I would not have done this.
Yeah, there is that moment, which is interesting because I think for us it's switched because my mom married Nick, who was the best.
Yeah.
And Nick was like sweet. He was like quiet, but well read.
Yeah.
He built shit.
Yep.
He was like a man. He was big. He was like 6'5".
Yeah, Larry, the same thing. Frank Sinatra, the old roast. He'd trick you. "Hey, what are you doing? Can you give me a hand?" You're like, "Sure." And then 7 hours later, you built a deck in the backyard. Hey, look at this.
Nick would just be like, he'd let me watch wrestling. He'd never like push back about stuff I liked.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he would like, if a movie was too scary for me, he would like tell me about the movie.
Really?
While we were like driving places in a way where you're like, he was protective, but in like a good way.
Yeah.
And then him and my mom divorced, and then she married and she didn't marry him, but then she moved in the shithead. And then from 12 to 16.
Oh, so you did shithead after.
We flipped. We had me and you had the reverse thing. I had the shithead, and that's what pushed me to start getting fucked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once Joe was there, Joe was a prick. So I was just, and he was
Where's Joe now?
Fucking, who gives a shit?
Oh, you don't see Joe?
No, they broke up when I was 16.
Oh, good.
I wanted to fight him. Much like you probably wanted to fight your stepdad.
Buddy,
people don't understand that kind of heat.
I chased him with a hatchet.
Damn. How old are you?
I was in 5th grade.
10-year-old with a
10.
hatchet?
I was 10.
Honestly, I don't. As a grown man, 10-year-old with a hatchet, I ain't worried about you.
Buddy, you should have.
All you have to do is focus on the hatchet. And then,
I chased him with a knife first.
Okay.
And he ran because I was fucking trying to stick him. And my mother
What made you grab the knife?
I don't know, but I know that it was he did something to me again. I know what it was, but he pushed it too far. He wanted me to I had to rake leaves in the backyard. And I was like...
It's so funny how many times chores lead to abuse.
And I was like...
It's vacuuming for me.
Oh, yeah.
It was it's like...
Your mother made you vacuum?
Dude, I had to do everything when I was a kid.
Really?
I cleaned the bathrooms. I emptied the trash. I vacuumed. I fucking mowed the lawn.
Yeah.
I picked up the dog shit. I cleaned the cat box. I didn't even like the cat. I had to clean the cat box.
Yeah, he made me do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's where I got that joke. I used to have a joke in my act. I used to say, raking leaves. What do you fucking rake leaves? God named them leave. Leave them there.
I'm glad that joke.
Hang on one second. It gets worse. If God named them pick-me-ups, I'd pick them all up. The season's called fell. No, the season's called fall. All the leaves are falling. I rake, they're there again. How come up with another season called fell? All the leaves fell. I do this once. This shit sucks.
You're upsetting me.
The guy steals the joke from me.
Guy stole that from you?
Yeah.
I
It's a
hope he
good
does-
joke.
It's not a good joke.
Back in the day, it was.
Yeah, fucking what, Evening at the Improv in
Yeah.
1989?
Yeah, that's what it
You
was.
roll
yeah.
up your sleeves in front of a fucking
90
brick.
97.
Hey, hey, you're in front of a brick wall, and you're like, it's pretty crazy. Colin had one of my favorite jokes in 2008 about John McCain.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know. I don't trust the guy. I don't trust John McCain. He smiles like a father that's about to turn violent. And he goes, you call that raking the leaves? And he did it in the smile. I was thinking, but yeah, chores lead to abuse.
Yeah, that's what happened. Some chore shit, and then we got into it, and I chased him with a knife. My mom grabbed me, and when she grabbed me, he goes, go ahead. And I just went, fuh. And he pulled back because he realized I was going to kill him. And then I got a hatchet when we were out in the back. He had me doing chores, and I picked the hatchet up, and I kind of went like that at him, and he ran a little.
And at any moment, this guy doesn't go like, hey, maybe I should lighten up on the abuse.
No.
At any moment, he goes,
No.
the kid's turning into fucking Gage from Pet Cemetery.
Wasn't his kid.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why. Did he have kids of his own?
No. I don't know. Maybe later. Never knew what happened to him.
So, this shithead.
Yeah.
What's the moment of relief? What's the moment where he's like, where your mom's like, hey, fuckface is gone?
Worse.
It was an explosion.
Dude, we moved in. We went from having a house, having all kinds of money. He had
so
money.
he did well.
Yeah. He had money.
There it is.
He had a Monte Carlo two-door with T-top spoke wheels.
That's the most Boston
Fucking-
shit you've ever said in
dude.
my life.
Oh, he used to make me...
Fucking,
Dude, I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
I had Atari, all kinds of shit.
So
dude.
you had the nice life, but the hell of dealing with it.
Yeah, then when we moved out, we had nothing. We had no money, no nothing. She worked 7 days a week, and that's when I started using fucking drugs.
Because, you had no one there to...
Nobody.
But you had Larry come in.
Larry came in too late.
Yeah, as you said, you missed.
I
Two shifts
just
in the night.
missed him.
What was the last day of living with Shithead? Do you remember
yeah.
Do you remember we got to get our stuff and get out of this guy's big house?
Yeah, I do. Barely, but I do. Well, he bought this is what a piece of shit he is. He bought the Atari.
Oh, you've told me this story
Bought
before.
the Atari.
To keep you guys...
He came in, he was playing. He's like, oh, I got the Atari, want to play? And he was sitting there.
You've told me this
And
story
me,
before.
Me and my
I remember.
sister were like, Mom, don't leave him. Don't leave him. He's got Atari. And he kind of sucked us back on the side. And my mother went, fuck it, you took the Atari. Motherfucker, how dare you try to turn my kid?
You go, whoa, leave the Atari alone.
Yeah.
So every time you step in, you go, Mom.
He tried to use Atari.
Mom, that's advanced Japanese
He liked my mom,
technology.
though. He didn't like us. He really liked my mom.
But he just
My
hated
mom was
you.
fucking a smoke show.
And he just hated her, my hot wife and her two dumb fucking kids.
Well, yeah, that hurts, but yep. That is exactly probably what he said. But yeah, that hurts my feelings.
That's how it was with
but-
Joe.
Yeah.
He wanted to party with my mom, and he
Yeah.
hated the fact that I was around being like,
Yeah,
hey, I need parenting.
He's just a big-headed
Oh,
kid.
being like, are the 49ers on? And also, he was my godfather.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He hated my
Weird.
dad. Him and my mom would get drunk and trash my dad.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, I don't know. He's kind of a good guy. But the day he moved out was the day my sister got killed in a car accident. Or was the day after my sister got... It was the day I found out my sister was dead. It was the day he was moving out. And I just remember him holding a box going, sorry about your sister. And I just found out. And I was sitting on the couch and I was like, yeah, Joe. I just gave him
Jesus Christ.
all right, Joe. Bye.
What was your sister's name again?
Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah, and so it was one of those things where, like for you, it was the same. It was great you were getting out of the life, but it was shitty that you lost all the money in the nice house and all this stuff.
Lost it all, and then everything fell apart for a long time. But then, sober, getting my shit together, and then getting kind of the family back, and it sucked that he passed away young because it fucked my mom up. But it's funny. I went over the house.
Wait, who died young?
Larry.
Larry. Oh yeah.
Larry died 5 years ago from sepsis.
Yeah.
Really fast. Sucks.
Damn.
And it sucks for my mom.
I didn't realize your mom was that young. So they're in their 60s.
60s, yeah. So.
Damn.
But we went over the house last week with, me, Max, Dawn, my younger sister, and her boyfriend, and her son. And
Now
his
is
son.
your
they
younger
live in
sister
the house now?
Is your younger sister Larry's daughter with your mom?
Yeah.
That's sick.
And my younger brothers.
I like that.
Yeah, Andrew and
Oh
Karen.
yeah, I've met your brother.
And so I went over there. My sister was there. My Uncle Sean was there. my little sister.
So Max only knows this is a good family, as like a loving.
Yeah, Max has got 50 cousins.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of love in that.
Yeah, we just don't live there.
But does he know about the shitty stepdad at all? Does he?
No.
When are you going to tell him those stories?
I'm not gonna. He doesn't need to know.
He's going to watch this. You're
Yeah,
going to hear it on his YouTube. You're going to hear my voice come through your wall and be like, does Max ever watch this?
The only way he's going to see this is if I do it with Fluffy. That's the only guy he likes.
That's so funny.
He doesn't like any of you fuckers yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think of what my I'm Fluffy could be. I'm big-headed. I'm trying to think how I can get in there.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, and it's gonna be hard over the next couple of years because he's going to be listening to. The hard part is that I hope that he doesn't because we all have haters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's.
So it's like.
In fact, I heard Byrne in an interview one time say 80-20. 80% of people love you. That's where you want to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
80% of people love you. 20% of people dislike you.
Sure, that's a great number.
That's where it is because if you're 100%, you're pandering.
If you're 100%,
If you're 90%,
pandering.
it's going to crash.
Yeah.
80%, it's like a viable. Here's the percent. 100% of people, 80% of people like me.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be comfortable with that.
But the one thing that these people don't understand is we're not trying to do anything other than make them have a laugh.
I genuinely,
you know what I mean? That's all comedians. What we're trying to do.
The entire point of me doing this podcast is for people to listen to this on their way to work.
Sure.
Where it's two buddies bullshitting.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a time kill. And I hope it's a good conversation for someone to listen to this and be like, I like Bobby and Dan. I want to hear them talk about this.
Yeah.
Maybe they have
Somewhere
heard these stories.
along the line, though, people decided to go, oh, this sucks. That stinks. He's a fucking, she's a fucking.
Yeah.
And it's
but it's
like,
also, you know what?
Yeah.
Let them have it.
You know
I
what,
do that with.
dude?
I do that with like wrestling.
Yeah.
I do that with like shit that I like.
Yeah.
Bands where I'll be like, I don't like that. I like that.
Yeah, but you've never contacted somebody.
I made that joke one time to Shane. We were playing Madden.
Yeah.
And I threw an interception with I think it was Cam Newton on the Panthers. And I was like, I'm going to go tweet at him that I hate him.
Did you?
Joking.
Oh, yeah.
And Shane goes, people do that.
Really?
And I was like, but they do.
Yeah, they do that.
They
with
do.
them.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, I've watched people tweet at the president.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to fucking
He's a
matter.
moron.
All of them are. All politicians are morons.
Left
if you're
wing.
tweeting, right?
Left wing.
Apolitical. Good luck
What?
finding me. I'm apolitical. I don't believe in any of it.
None of
all,
it? You don't believe in anything?
No, I've learned
You don't
that
believe
it's
in
all.
America?
They're all friends.
You don't like America.
Trump was at Clinton's wedding.
Say
How does
it.
that feel?
Say it.
Trump was at Clinton. You hate the troops.
What?
You hate the troops.
Dude, you hate...
When you said when
you
they
hate the
came
flag.
back.
You hate the colors.
I love it.
You were like, I wish they were purple and green.
No.
You said it.
I love
You
red, white,
said
and blue.
that. You said red,
you go,
red,
if I
white,
have
and blue
to if I have to give another one of these loser vets $1 on the street,
Buddy, I
this
saw
is
you punch
verbatim.
an eagle.
I would
I saw
never
you
do that.
fucking punch an
I would
eagle in
never
the
do that.
face.
I want to tell you, I appreciate you creating a core memory of hatred for Max and missing his recital.
Dude, I missed my son's recital to be here tonight.
It was a banger of an episode, though.
I fucking
We're gonna
love
edit
you,
this thing
man.
down into a fucking toit 35 to 40.
A tight 8.5 minutes.
I love you so much.
It's going to be. I love you too, buddy.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything you've done for me. From, you know what, dude? I mean, the fact that, you know, we've done this several times on different podcasts, but I truly love you.
I love you too, buddy. And I can't tell you how much it means to me.
You double booked yourself on the podcast.
Yeah.
And this is the honest to God truth. I've never heard someone legitimately regret doing that.
Yeah.
And you were like, dude, let's find a time to do it. I'll come over after the bonfire did it. And you did. You missed your son's recital. That was a little much.
You're one of my favorite people in the world, always, from the day I met you. And I can't tell you how much it means to me that you got sick of the bonfire and left so I could have that job.
So get a sick check. Get you a sick check.
Put those handcuffs on me, motherfucker.
Robert Kelly Live.
I love Big J. I love
yeah.
Big-
Let's look at let's look at gaping asshole porn.
Yeah, Jason. We got the show we always wanted.
Yeah. RobertKellyLive.com. I have said this, and I will always say this. I've never seen someone kill as hard as you. You're one of my favorite people to watch do stand-up comedy. Go watch Bobby, Robert Kelly Live. Listen to The Bonfire. Listen to, you know what, dude? Listen to The Regs.
The Regs is killing it.
Listen to The Regs.
Yeah.
Listen to Bone to Pick.
Bone to Pick's killing it.
You're the fucking best.
You're
I love
the
you.
best.
Thank you for coming
You're
over to my
one of the
house.
most talented fucking guys out there, and I can't wait to see what all this leads to.
I love
And
you.
every time this fucking magician,
I know.
this
I got the secret sauce, dog.
you got this secret sauce.
I got
over
a guy
there.
dressed up like an AIDS quilt.
You're,
He's gonna
you
cut this up.
really have Jim Henson doing. He's producing
He's
your
just got his
podcast.
hand up my ass, and I'm going waka
Everything-
waka waka.
Everything this fucking dude touches turns to gold.
I
Sucker.
love you, dude. Thanks for coming over.
I love you too, buddy.
Fuck those stepdads. That's what we do. That's why we cut the mics.
Yeah.
That's why they're back on. You guys just missed 30 minutes of just absolute. There might be a time if I get like a terminal illness of anything, I might just start doing a podcast where I have people talk shit and I go, none of this is being recorded. And then I just go, by the way, we're releasing that. And so I would get your affairs
I
in order.
recorded all of that. That was all recorded. Now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. You go, dude, that's crazy, man. Should we get to the podcast? It's been like 45 minutes ago. Oh, my brother in Christ.
Oh, buddy.
We're in it.
buddy.
That would be the ultimate move where you go, just make some phone calls before this episode drops. That's how people are going to know I'm dying of an illness. If I just come with the fucking heat, I just bring in all these people and be like, what do you really think of them? And they're like, this isn't recording, right? You go, nah.
Just, I killed them.
Yeah.
I killed them all.
That's it. And I burp that way too. I burp.
That's not how you spell Beverly. Okay.
But I'm fascinated talking to swimmers as someone that wasn't my dad.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have a good relationship.
I'm sorry.
But he was phenomenal at swimming.
Uh-huh.
And so there was pride. It's crazy to have pride in a person that you don't like.
Really?
Yeah.
You're proud of him for being a good swimmer?
He was awesome, dude.
Yeah?
He swam in college collegiately.
Uh-huh.
I think did the Junior Olympics.
Uh-huh.
So he was really good. And then he got back into it.
That might not mean really good. Laura, my fiance, would be like, "Oh no, he's mad."
Oh, really?
She's also like she was
a
amazing. National champion.
That's incredible.
She was 1 second off the American record. She was
That's incredible.
silver at world, like really, really good. Maybe the best athlete you know.
So that's like if you played just any other sport
Mm-hmm.
and then your wife was like a Hall of Famer where she's like, well,
Yeah, I consider myself a bad swimmer.
yeah.
yeah, I was not.
But I think
good.
to the layman, to the regular person,
Sure, yes.
you would crush him.
It's a lot like stand up in that very, very few people have even proficiency at it. And if your friend can actually do stand up and get laughs and not bomb locally, you're like, oh, that guy's a comedian. You know him? And you're like, yeah, but he's not like
There's levels.
a master of the craft. Like,
Chappelle's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I heard about your friend Eric.
Yes.
He did 3 guest sets and got 2 laughs.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about him. That's honestly, you know,
Chappelle would do that. He's very supportive of young talent, if you haven't noticed.
That was my brain when I was coming up, that like sitcom moment was going to happen where Dave Chappelle was going to be like, my bus broke down and I came into laughs in Tucson. Who is this white kid on stage? And I was just in an oversized Adidas shirt.
That's so funny.
But it doesn't happen like that. Instead, you have to do sexual favors with the industry.
For
the industry,
you think doing it for men's bad, but doing it for the women's much worse.
I mean, dude, the industry is just taking a beating on every fucking. There is like. This is how bad the entertainment business is right now. We'll get back to swimming, but the entertainment business is so bad that there is a legitimate part of me that feels bad for all these people that worked, that told me no my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for them now because shit's just caving in on them.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, we're probably going to green light sign. And it's just like rocks falling down on desks.
The gatekeepers?
Yeah.
I missed them. I think I was a little gatekeeper darling. I had a lot of
Did
doors
you?
open for me. I think you were as well. I had Conan. I
Yeah.
had New Faces. I had a half hour.
Comedy Central?
Yeah, Comedy Central was very nice to me.
Here's what I'll say about Comedy Central and the gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. It was like almost like you could level up. You saw how you leveled up. You're like, if I did live at Gotham, I would then get a half hour. If my half hour was good,
Right.
I would get
An hour.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
and that
Comedy
used to be
Central
the-
hour.
But then you realize that because I did an hour with Comedy Central and
yeah.
they aired it twice.
Yeah.
In the age of the stream, they were like, great.
Yeah.
But there was still this like, I do this, and then I do this. Whereas now you go like one joke and they're like, Carly Rae Jepsen retweeted it. It's like, you're going to want to check your inbox.
Are you sitting down?
Yeah. You just sold out the Rose Bowl. And you're like, oh, fuck. That's why when people were so mean to like these guys that got influx of like Matt Rife specifically caught a lot of shit. But there were like a lot of people where you go, I don't think that's much is him as it was just like we've all been trying to find a vein of gold, and then someone found a giant vein of gold, and you were like, he doesn't even deserve it. He doesn't know how to mine.
Yeah,
he's not up in the hills.
He did work.
Yeah.
A different thing is the gatekeepers. I didn't understand their role, and I knew they would keep people out if they were inexperienced or hacky. And what I didn't realize is they were keeping the hacky people out, knowing they would be successful.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
I didn't even think of that.
I think about it all because the people who have gotten through recently, who have gotten to massive success, I'm like, there's no way I'll fucking say it.
Yeah.
No, I won't name them, but there's no way a specific Comedy Central exec we know would go, this needs to be on TV. They'd be like, I've heard every one of these jokes before. There's nothing original happening here. It makes my ears bleed. I don't care how loud the crowd is laughing. And then those people just happen to put their own clips on TikTok, and they're like, arena comics.
Yeah. I mean, that really was. There were like I never thought about the gatekeepers going like,
no, that would work.
I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting them from you. like that, you're locked in here with me. You're like, I didn't even think about it. They're like, this could do grave harm if it was released. And then it just got released.
This bioweapon would spread like a plague.
It really is. And the way they talk about it, it's viral. It like infected everything. And you're like, oh, fuck. But
he's killing in different states.
That's always why I've always loved sports, is because even with
meritocracy,
there really is this thing of like they put in the work, they had natural talent, they got to where it is. There was like, now granted, if you're like a football fan and you hate the Kansas City Chiefs, like a guy like me, you could go, well, they just throw flags and like they give him another chance. And they're like, they'll give Mahomes, he'll get tackled and they'll be like, you know what? That was rough in the passer. And if you're watching football, you're like, that's unfair. But he's still completing passes, driving down the field and scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be something that like young generations have no idea used to be a thing. Where it's like, oh, no. You had to be like good to move forward.
I do feel a lot of comfort lately in that an efficient market does sort things out. I think the last 5, maybe a little more years, there were people who were getting rewards for being the first to the pasture, I guess.
It's mining.
Yeah,
brain,
we're just
dude.
able to put out. A lot of people do that. There's a new platform. They find the optimal length and the optimal thing.
Or do you think that's just a market correction? Do you think people are like, there's too much crowd work?
That too.
Yeah.
But a market correction also does push. I still think good crowd work is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Big J is putting out a crowd work special on YouTube.
The best.
And he's like, he showed it to me and I was like, oh, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, show people how it's done.
This is phenomenal.
I am a big fan of good people putting out good work.
When you were swimming, did you have like a moment where you saw someone that was so good that you're like, oh, I just suck?
I started bad,
and
I was so motivated by how bad I was.
I just couldn't swim. You're drowning in the pool. Like, this guy has zero talent.
Obviously I could get across the pool, but I was a decent runner. And when it came to swimming, I thought it would translate. But then the thing that's very demoralizing about swimming is that age, size, and gender are much less of a factor against just basic proficiency. It's almost like speaking a language. If you learned it young, you'll always know it, and if you didn't learn it young, you'll always be catching up. But I got in the pool my first practice, and there were 6 lanes, and I swam the slowest of lanes with overweight women. And
so funny.
my ego couldn't take that, and they were blasting me because they had good efficiency and good form, and I just wanted to swim the next lane.
You had to actually had to learn how to swim fast, not just
correctly.
like swim.
Yes.
Correctly. Yeah.
Because most people get
Did it click for you?
Never fully clicked, just slowly over the course of 5 years. I built up to a point where I probably could have been a low end walk on a D3 team, and it would have been like, there's D3. There's a lot of range in D3.
Sure.
But
it's still impressive. Chris DiStefano's a 2-time D3 All-American in basketball, and you're
really?
Like, that's fucking crazy.
That's basketball. Basketball's competitive. Not so many people swim. It's basketball.
Dude, the swim world. Here's the thing about a sport like swimming. It is its own world. Football bleeds onto stuff. Baseball bleeds onto stuff. Basketball bleeds onto stuff.
Year-round. Swimming's
year-round.
Swimming,
you have to go. It's something that you go into a world and find that I had zero idea about when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then my mom started dating Joe, and we were like, we got to go to these swim meets. I was like, what the fuck you mean? I never had to sit at a pool. I always got to swim in the pool.
Yeah, no,
then you show up and you're like, what the fuck you mean I got to just sit here and watch?
Yeah.
And it's old dudes.
I get mad at people that like go to pools leisurely. I'm like, no, put up a lane. This is for exercise.
That's like people who give wedding speeches. I go, do bits. You can't just be talking. You should do bits.
But it is a thing you can't dabble in. It's just so hard. You have to also like stand up. You have to do it every day for years and years.
How early were you going to the pool?
In college, I did 6 a.m.s a lot.
God, waking up to work out
It's
that
awful.
early. Even
It's awful.
Adults that do it, I'm like, and I know people are like, it's better than a cup of coffee. Waking up and running 7.
No.
And I'm like, how?
No.
I get up at 9 a.m. and I'm like, ugh.
My day's worse if I work out. That kind of workout, 6 a.m. swim, I'm going to have a worse day because of it.
Do you still swim?
Yes.
Every day?
2-3 days a week.
No
And
shit.
I just work on form now.
Do you wear a cap?
I have to, yes.
Yeah. Do you feel the drag of your hair?
No, they just make me at the pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're like, that fucking lock, they're like, those locks are going to clog up the drain. They make you toss it on. They're like, hey, cowboy, throw on a rubber. We're not fucking cleaning up your hair. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia.
No shit. Can I tell you something? You strike me as more Connecticut, New England white than Texas, Georgia.
My dad was Cajun white trash and was very ashamed of us and raised us to be very professorial and speech.
No way.
He was kind of, his whole arc was getting away from the bayou.
So your dad was like, "Don't you get in that water." Is that your is that your biopic where you go, I want to swim, Dad? He goes, "No son of mine gonna get in the water with the gators and all the clapping." That's so funny.
He spoke like me, no hint of an accent. He had one as a kid. He dropped it, and his brothers kept it. He just didn't get along with that part of the world.
Sure,
he was a very educated man, very smart man. Possibly Asperger's, just a very, just like very serious, like could spend 10 hours on working on a spreadsheet and would tell you all about it. And he was a chemist.
So he's an intense guy.
He was, when he was focused, he was a sweetheart. He wasn't like, he was a really nice, loving, warm guy,
and a chemist.
A chemist.
You had a very intelligent father.
He was very smart. He had 20 patents to his name. He was a smart guy. Yeah.
Is that intimidating?
It was just normal to me. It was just how I was raised.
Do you have any siblings?
I have an older brother.
How older?
5 years.
Okay, so
he's an engineer. We were all just. My mom was a master's microbiology, so we were just. It was just our thing. We were just. School is the thing you do. You work hard in school, and you get a good job, and that's how life goes.
Your family would rip at trivia. You ever think about putting a band together?
Yeah,
going on fucking Family Feud and watching Harvey bleed out of his ears? He's like, now you do what? That is so fucking crazy. That's a very smart family. I think it's like my mom was well educated, but my dad's family was like.
Was she rich?
No.
You grew up poor, right?
No, I didn't grow up poor.
Oh,
I grew up fucking right in the middle class. I grew up suburban. I mean, the thing that I feel bad that I don't know how many younger generations are going to have it, but just like single mom, you could live in the suburbs.
That's interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
I think there was a fear of money, but she did a good job hiding it for the most part. When you have a single mom, sometimes you see the crack. You'll see them crack because they're people, and they're just like, it's just a lot. It's like you know that meme of that black lady outside the fast food with her hands like. It's like a famous picture on the internet. People use it for a meme, but it's like a lady on break at like a Wendy's, and you're like, you see that when you have a single parent because they're just like, there's no tagging out. They just got to do the whole thing. So I would see moments like that where I would, just be like a little kid and be like, I want this, I want this, and my mom's like, where the fuck you think we're getting this money? Where do you like? You become aware of money very young.
And how many siblings?
I didn't have any growing up. I had an older half sister, my dad's first kid, but I grew up an only child pretty much.
Your dad bounced, right?
Yeah, 5 gone. They broke up. Wow. So that's why I always think, but my dad was smart in the way that bartenders are smart.
Yes.
Trivia smart. He was like amazing. Like when I'd visit him, we'd watch Jeopardy and I'd be like, motherfucker, go on this show. What are you doing? But he was just a guy that liked to read and get fucked up. And that was like it.
What'd your mom study?
My mom was like, I don't know what my mom studied in college. I think she was like a theater major. But my mom worked in insurance. My mom was like one of those people where that old school, like, work even if it sucks. You work and then you work more. And she was like, I worked. So everything was like based around work. But my mom was very conscious of that. And so she always, when she was like raising me, she was like, would really stress, like, do what you love. Like, if you can find what you love and you're able to do it, you'll be all right. Wow. And that was like a very important lesson.
We had the opposite.
Really?
Yes.
Your parents were like, eat your vegetables. It'll be good for you.
My parents were like, you're not going to, if it's fun, you're not going to make money doing it.
Really?
Truly. They were like, you're not handsome enough to be a model or an actor. You're not charming enough to really make it into all that.
Disagree.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And knowing you're walking around in a Speedo all confident, absolutely you could model. I would swim in a wrestling singlet. that's my body issues. I'd be fucking
like an Olympian from the 1920s.
Yeah, I'd be like, why, this thing's made out of wool, and it almost dragged me to the bottom of the pool.
Like Johnny Weissmuller. That's a reference you should look up.
Yeah, dude. One of the original Olympians.
That's right.
So your parents were like, if it's fun, you can't.
I was good at math, not to be immodest. I showed early. It is immodest, sorry, but I showed early aptitude. I showed skill for that very early, and it was a thing I also really liked. I happened to really enjoy math.
How far along in math did you get?
I went to. It was my degree, so I learned.
You got a degree in mathematics?
Applied math, yeah.
No fucking way. This is like, you should. That showed how stupid I am, because I'm genuinely like, what? You could fucking. I'm so bad at math. I think, like, understanding math conceptually, I probably stopped at geometry.
Really?
Like algebra, geometry, and then I was like, drugs. And then I was like, oh, I get fucked up. I swear to God.
You were taught poorly is the truth of it. And we still don't know how to teach math well. Math is in a certain place. Math has progressed to its point, but math education, it's just people who are good at math lack social aptitude generally. Okay. And when you're good at math, your brain offloads a lot of the processing in ways you aren't even conscious of, and you can't help people understand that part, because really good mathematicians go, I don't know, it just exists in my head already in that form, and I can't get you there.
Yeah, it feels like one of those pictures where you relax your eyes and you see it.
Yes, very much.
And I could never do those. I felt like mall rats where I was like, I can't fucking see the thing. I'm just like, I can't see it. I would get so frustrated. But I remember, and you said, and I don't disagree that it's taught poorly.
Yes.
I will take some of the blame. And I want to apologize to Mr. Gomez in your second period, my junior year. Brought a lot of Faderades to school. We'd pop a little vodka in a Gatorade, get a little hot chest for the third and fourth period. But I was a horrible student because by the time I was 16, I was just like, I liked reading, but I didn't like anything else. I was just kind of like, why am I math?
Are you a big reader?
Yeah.
I'm bad at reading.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're bad at concentrating on it?
Yes, it's very hard. I was always a little behind in reading. I was in remedial reading.
No shit.
By the end of high school, I was doing well on like the verbal section, just because it was where I needed to put in the work of the SAT. But
having academic parents like that, did they tell you, like, put in your reading work?
One of the hardest parts of my childhood, which admittedly was a very easy childhood, was my parents being like, why aren't you fucking reading? Just go read. Why can't you read? And I would sit down to read, and I have that thing that a lot of people have. I think maybe it's ADD, but I examine each word and process each word, but they don't turn into sentences, and sentences don't turn into paragraphs. And I finish a chapter, and I'm like, I wasn't even there for that. My brain was somewhere else.
Yeah, I would say both my parents are huge readers. Love reading. My dad, my grandmother, but my mom very quickly was like, here's what we're going to do. Every summer, I want you to read 2 classics. You can pick them, but I have to approve them, and you're just going to read them. And I hated it. I fucking hated it. I was like 10 years old. My mom was making me read Old Man in the Sea.
Why do we do that? Why not just like a Dan Brown book?
Yeah.
Why not Harry Potter?
Well,
anything is good.
It did help because I got through Old Man in the Sea, and I read one other one. And then I love Jurassic Park. I was 10 when it came out, the movie. Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic World, and that was like a book that I remember bringing with me on the bus, like reading excitedly.
It's a
like,
thick boy.
Yeah, but I loved it because it was almost like it broke through to me that I was like, oh, this is kind of like a movie in my brain, little brain movie. And then that was like, for me, I was like, I'm gonna do my little brain movie.
Yeah.
And now, and then when I was in college and shit, I loved reading nonfiction because I think I lacked a lot of self-esteem, and I liked reading biographies about people like figuring themselves out and all this shit. And then, but reading to me always was like a thing of like, well, yeah, just like you just read. But math, I fucking couldn't get it.
Math was hard. I get it.
It's crazy because it's almost the exact way you described reading was how I felt about math. I'd be like, well, that's a number. I don't know why it's over that X. I don't know what that fucking line's got to do with it, but I got to solve for this thing. And I couldn't do it.
There's a process with math, which because I try to keep learning more.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do you do like math problems?
Like
the way I read like a Stephen King book, or are you like, I'm gonna fucking run through this multiplication table? That's how stupid I am.
I'll get a
multiplication table, so you're like, oh fuck, I'm ripping. I'm fucking going so fast.
6 times 7, 6 times 7, 6
like,
times 7.
Oh fuck, watch me go. But do you get like difficult math problems and solve them?
I get a little bit. I get problems in my head that I want to work out. That'll take, and I'll try to like see if I can do it myself. And it'll take weeks or months to figure out, and I'll just kind of think about it casually. And then sometimes I'll sit down when I get stumped with it. I'll just try to sit down and figure it out. And there's when
you figure it out, is it
it's the best feeling in the world.
Is it? Well, it's the joy.
I'll remember where I am when it happened.
It's the joy of like finishing a book and being like,
it's better than that by a lot.
Really?
It's actually cracking a math problem.
I don't know if you've ever read East of Eden. That ending is Steinbeck is a master. But yeah, I could imagine it'd be like solving. It'd be like those Dan Brown books. Probably are the books that you would love because there are puzzles and
I like those. Yeah,
and like problems in it.
What do you read now?
I don't know how to cook. I need to eat better. I need to optimize my nutrition. That's what they always say, optimize it. Well, guess what? You got Factor meals. Factor arrives fresh, fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. And with 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals towards your goal. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart or Protein Plus. Maybe you're doing keto. You can reach your goals this year with ingredients that you can trust and conveniences that can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Let's get back into the podcast. Right now I'm going through a Stephen King phase. So
I hated The Stand.
I never read The Stand.
It took 3.5 months out of my life. I tried to read a book a month and I was like, this ruined my year. Now I'm not going to hit 12.
Yeah, I mean, I did a big dog that took me like 7 months to get through, and it was, and honestly, as a reader, it wasn't even fun. But I read Dante's Divine Comedy, and I did the whole thing, and it's a fucking
gnarly.
Yeah, you get through it, and you go like, I'll take anything. And I wanted something fun. And Saint Germain, who loves to read, was like, I've never read Stephen King. I'm kind of I'm like a bitch. I like get scared about stuff really easy. Even Big J would make fun of me because he's like, you don't watch horror movies? I'm like, I get very scared. But Saint Germain was like, he recommends stuff in ways that it's like you're
sage. Stupid if you don't.
Yeah, like a sage would at like the corner of a bar where he's like, you ain't never read that, you ain't never lived. But he was like, Salem's Lot from Stephen King. It's phenomenal. And so I just bought it on Amazon being like, whatever. And I fucking ripped through it.
Yeah? It's vampires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
1,000 pages?
No. It was like 600, I think. And then I turned around and read The Shining. We were driving to Colorado, and you know, you're like, well, I might be going crazy.
I've gone there so many times, that hotel. We go there like as a family.
The Stanley?
Every year. Yeah.
You guys really got, my mom worked there in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom was a waitress.
We go to Estes Park as a family every year, and we go to,
the Stanley Hotel, which is, that's what it's based on. Stephen King stayed there with his wife, and it's haunted. Do you not believe in ghosts?
No.
At all.
Not
You're not. You got math brain.
Yeah.
It doesn't
you?
compute. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Reader brain.
Do you read-
brain.
do you read
Book
these-
brain will tell you ghosts are energy that are trapped.
Do you read sci-fi?
No, not really. I really was like nonfiction. I liked history books for a while, but I'm just the Stephen King phase is very fun. It's very spooky. I finished The Shining. I'm on to Dr. Sleep, the sequel, and then I'm gonna.
How long does it take you to finish a book?
About a month.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not one of those people.
Yeah. I do.
Those people at the end of the year where they go online and they go, "These are the 70 books these are my top 50." And you're like, "Top 50?
Here's my top 10. The 6 I read plus 4 of those again. Yeah.
I think it's I had a doctor tell me it's much better for your sleep if you read before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at your phone.
Yeah.
Because your eyes relax in a different way than looking at your screen because of the blue light. So you like if you
sitting there in a room and your face is the only thing.
I mean, dude, I do a thing where I wake up and look at my phone and I'm like, I'll catch myself and be like, what are you doing?
I really have to put limits on it. Because I read the wrong comments and like the whole day is fucked.
Dog.
My socks haven't even hit the hardwood yet.
When you're a public person, when you have a podcast, when you have when you're an influencer or a comedian or an actor or something, and you're in the public and you make stuff that people critique, which everything now is critiqued. Everything now is critiqued, and very publicly. There's always this thing of, well, don't read the comments, and you go, yes, of course. Curiosity is so much more powerful than you have any idea. If you knew someone was talking about you in another room and you could go hear, just listen to it, most people would.
I wouldn't.
But that's what comments are.
I'm so fragile.
I
don't read comments.
Oh, so
I'm really fragile. It would ruin my day, and I know that about myself.
I don't go into the waters. I don't go deep into the waters.
Sure.
But I'd
like to read the top first 5 or whatever.
I have read comments. I've read critical comments that I think are meant to be mean, and I'll tell you this, found them helpful.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, number one, I've been actively trying to listen to you instead of barging over your sentences with my jokes.
I'm doing the same.
Look at fucking us. This new welcome to our new podcast, White Men Listening.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
There's just women right now. They're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, put it on, put it
look
on.
at those big ears.
Oh my god, they're taking all the sentences in.
He repeated what he said back to him,
but in a comprehensive way. Like he comprehended it. There's this age of like going, oh, those are just haters or whatever. There are people that like, dude, if I had a job that I hated and I was in a relationship that I hated and I watched the amount of comedians that are on podcasts going, then I got to go on the road. Then my hotel's not ready. I would be like, fucking die in a fire.
Yeah.
I understand that hate.
Uh-huh.
There are some people that just want to hurt you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you roll over in bed and you open Instagram and you go like, notifications, and someone's like, this guy just sucks. And you go like, huh.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't have a good set, and I think you're right.
Yeah.
And then you just roll over. You're not looking at your phone anymore, but that is in your head, and you're going like, you suck.
It sinks into you. Have you ever seen some that are so mean that you're like, nah,
dude,
that doesn't even bother me. You're like, it's not even a fair critique.
There's some that I'm like, this is in itself very funny.
Yeah. The
like,
mild
I
ones
want to
hurt
find
more.
this person and go like, this is a good joke. I know you're aiming a gun at my head. It's like someone putting a gun at your head and you taking it and going like, it's a good gun. You go, all right, back at it.
Yeah. I saw a comment today that was just like, was waiting for it to be funny. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was on a different video that I know was funny. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Or it changed sometimes you want it to be bad. Something you put something out and you want people to confirm that it's not good because you know your heart knows it's not good.
You're critical. The question I had about your math brain is that's got to be good for joke writing.
Yes,
because you just go like I'm.
When it can,
Louis C.K. one time goes, he described my comedy to me in a way that I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. He's like, you're like you're emotional. Like all your jokes are like emotional reactions, and I was like, oh, I'm a bitch. And I was like, no, but when he said that, I was like, it was so succinct that I was like, that I play from that's how my writing process is. Something happens to me. Those are the comics I love, like Bill Burr. Louis, I would say, is a little like that, but he's also got math brain.
Yeah.
But I think the part of my writing that is hard for me is the math part. Is going like, I got this and I have this. What's this and this?
Meaning like in terms of just
like
punchlines, the words and the...
I kind of know the premise. I know what the premise is, and I kind of know where I want to go with it. How do I get there? I feel like if I had a math brain, it would go like, well, then X solves for this, and...
I Seinfeld is someone I hear talk about comedy. I'm like, on my best days, that is how I like to think about it, is you just test a hypothesis and you get laughter or you don't, and you rewrite it based on that.
Sure.
And if you take your feelings out of that, you can get pretty far. But one problem I had for the first maybe 7 years of comedy was I thought my only task, my only goal is to write perfect jokes about... honestly, inconsequential things. I liked the minutia. I really like Gary Goldman. He probably knows that if he listens to my material.
Yeah,
but just perfection of material.
The state abbreviation joke is something.
It's the best. It's the best late night set ever.
When he brought it back, I've been a huge fan of Goldman and his writing. I mean, the entire demo of comedy. But Joe List used to open for Gary when I first moved to the city in 07. And Gary and Joe both moved to New York at the same time. Joe List was very much like, you got to watch this guy because it's like it's crafted. It's much deeper. And then when he brought that joke back, List was like, this was an old joke that he did that he has perfected.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years from inception to Conan.
And I watched him run it at the Cellar, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yes.
Like there's no wiggle room on anything. Everything is done. Michelle Wolf writes like that. Michelle Wolf writes where there's like there's no waste.
It's just hopscotch from punchline to punchline.
It's like bop, 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 bop.
List is like that too.
Yeah.
List is it's upsetting how good his writing is and how prolific he is. But what I was lacking for my first 7 years was not thinking I didn't need to ground my jokes in something emotional. And I think every joke, with a couple exceptions, it's so much better when a joke starts. I was scared because I felt stupid because
sure.
And I've learned to like really lean on experiences when I had that feeling of being insufficient.
I think it's a connection. I think by doing that, you connect.
You make people feel less alone.
Yeah. And, there's been times where I think I've gone up on stage and not even had a joke, but just been like, this happened. It just like vomited out of my face.
Yeah.
And that'll get a laugh. And
Yeah.
you go, I wasn't even kind of going for a laugh on that, but I puked it out.
They're laughing because your suffering makes them feel better about their own lives.
Yeah. And that's great.
Yeah.
That's why comics can never be cool. And we can never you can't be cool or
and
sexy.
what's going on? Why are people being so cool now?
Because being cool right now is everyone's a commercial now.
Yeah.
Everyone is good marketing. Everyone is like, that's what comedy and music, because I saw
cool sells clothes. Vulnerable doesn't sell Levi's.
Yeah. I think, it does. Or honesty, where you go like, that joke's not that good. They go like, oh, then I don't want to watch. But if they go like, this joke's going to blow your fucking mind. Then they go, am I in trouble? And you go, maybe, but hop on my back and I'll take you to say. And you go, nah, man, this shit.
And I said, you're racist. And everyone cheered for me.
This one guy goes, guys, deodorant, do you stink? Who knows? I can't smell. So I have to make sure I don't stink, because if I stink, probably not anyone's going to tell me, and then I'm just going to walk around smelling like doo-doo. Well, enter Mando, the whole body deodorant. Safe to use anywhere on your body. Your pits, your balls, your thighs, your folds, your belly buttons, cracks, smacks, and other stuff. Clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor up to 72 hours. Mando deodorant product options. They got the solid deodorant stick, formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Spray deodorant, which is aluminum free and ideal for hard to reach places. And all products are baking soda free and paraben free. Paraben. Who knows? I'll tell you what it is. It's science, which means it's smart. and I am stupid. You want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now? Well, you can find them in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off the starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to about 40% off your starter pack if you use the code SODER at shopmando.com. 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 Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. I just did Sacramento Punchline, and the guy was like, hey, I want to see you in San Francisco. Is the material going to be the same? And I went, yeah. I gave too honest of an answer. I went, yeah, but it'll be better. Because you go well, I'm going to have more time to figure these out. Yeah. So I might have stuff in it that makes the whole joke move faster.
Right.
But I'm not going to have a whole new fucking hour because that's not going to be tested in and it's not going to be kid tested and mother approved, like Kicks.
And it's also that last 20%. If you're 80% there on a joke, that last 20% doubles the quality of the joke.
It immediately, I've had bits that I liked that really didn't work, and then you figure out a punchline and you're like, it's a spark plug. Yeah. You put it in, you go, oh, that's revving. That fucking goes. Yeah. And that's fun. That's the fun part of any creative endeavor, is having that mathematic brain where you go. Because I think, to echo what you said exactly, is I was too emotional when I started.
Really?
I would just come out and go I feel like this and I feel like this and fucking I feel like this, but I didn't have any I didn't have that's a joke, that goes into that joke, that goes into that joke. Yeah. And the better I got, the more I realized you can have an emotion, but it better come hand in hand with a bit.
And that's what's,
with a joke.
That's what's so satisfying, is the kind of back and forth between, it's pseudoscientific, but left and right brain. Yeah. Here's something that's technically very sound and satisfyingly systemized, and here's something that's raw and human.
Yeah.
And not perfect in its shape.
There's people going, and that's why to say that comedians are the funniest people on earth is such a big mistake, because I think a lot of funny is based on emotion and connecting with people and getting
authenticity.
And that's why construction crews will always be the funniest. Blue collar workers will always be funnier, and people that have suffered will always be much funnier. A 5th generation wealthy kid has a tough time being funny unless you're going to go absurdist.
Yes.
Unless you're going to go my rent's covered, so now I'm going to wear a Spider-Man costume with the butt cheeks cut out.
Yeah.
And you're and I'm Bussy Man. And you're okay, why can you do that? And he goes, well, I tried it and my rent's been paid. And you're well, there you go. I understand that.
Bussy Hall at Union Hall all week.
Dude, go check out Bussy Man, the amazing Bussy Man at fucking Union Hall. But I used to really, I think I was really jealous of kids like that, because I wanted to be absurdist and I wanted to be a little weird.
Me too.
And I was scared because my mom was like, dude, once you're 18, this is fucking done. You're on your own. And that's terrifying, because you're just well, I gotta eat and live and do shit, and I want to be a comedian. Did your parents get mad when you told them you wanted to be a comedian?
They didn't like it. I was very practical about it, where I said, I'm not quitting my job until I have a full-time salary as a comedian.
Really?
And I meant that for myself more than for me. I truly wanted to.
Right.
I was a financial analyst when I did my first Comedy Central set, and I talked about it because I was so proud that I didn't have to make this my life. I thought I always felt I was funnier when I wasn't a professional comedian, when I was just doing it as a side thing.
Yeah, because it's like making love to your wife versus doing porn.
Yeah.
Where after a while, I don't care. Porn has to become a job. Yeah. I know they're fucking, but after if you want to do it as a career, it becomes a point where you go oh, another double blowjob? And then you're at the end of the day, you're smoking a cigarette and you go, can't a guy just joke around with a gal? Can't a guy just... But I was 4th tier in high school. I was the 4th or 5th tier of my group of friends to get the girl.
Oh, okay.
Like they had to drop in the draft significantly. Had to have a poor showing of something, and then I'd be like, we'll draft her. We'll take her with the 17th pick in the first round.
You were the Cornell of the Ivy League.
Dude, they were like, I'll go to Cornell's I was a safety school.
Yeah.
But I think like being funny raised that immediately, where they're like, as you get older and you realize you want certain traits in a partner, I think being funny was like, it exponentially grew as I got older.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit. It was, I got percentage on it as it kept growing. They were like, oh, this is more fun than like a dude with abs. I'm in my 40s now. If he's got abs, he's got to put so much time into it.
It's so much work.
I smoke a half a bowl. I'm a fucking dude. I'll rip for 3 hours. You know, man. I can't fuck all night, but I will make fun of a bad movie until your hips are sore.
There's an optimum that is very, very far away from that, like Zac Efron body. I don't think that's a really practical thing. I don't think women are really into that.
I also
Luigi Mangione, he could fuck everyone in the country right now.
Oh my God, he could just come and like touch your chin, and you'd be like, you'd follow, like under your chin, you'd be like a smell in a cartoon. You're like, oh, I'm yours. But when you told you were a financial analyst, so you were making.
But that sounds fancy. No, I was making a teacher's salary. Okay. I was making $46,000 a year.
Where at?
In Houston, for like one guy.
What mics did you start going to?
I went to what was it called? It was the Laugh Stop originally.
Yeah,
it was
Bill
that
Hicks.
same room. Bill Hicks, like, Louis C.K. recorded album. Dane Cook, Mitch Hedberg all recorded albums in the room.
Kinnison?
That was my first open mic was in that room.
When Kinnison and Hicks were friends, right? Or like close was Laugh Stop in Houston.
Could be, yeah.
That's like a legendary, legendary.
And now it's a condo.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's like how the original Improv is an Italian restaurant on 55th.
I went back like Charlton Heston at the end of Planet of the Apes when he sees the
what
Statue of
did
Liberty.
you do? No! You blew it up. You blew it all up. That is cool though. That's like a legendary place to start.
It was cool. I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't know, like I knew comedy, but I wasn't one of those people who like studied it for years before they started. I was just like, that seems really cool. I'm going to go next week.
That's the way to get into it. I put it too much on a pedestal.
Yeah, people do that.
I was a giant comedy fan from the time I was like 10 on.
That give you like a little performance anxiety for actually starting?
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of nervous about doing Palace of the Fine Arts in San Francisco because that's where Dana Carvey taped Critics' Choice in 1995. And that's like one of my favorite all-time specials. Really? I would say that probably influenced me to being a stand-up comic more than anything. That and Killing 'Em Softly from Chappelle in 2000.
Oh, my answer would disappoint you as to mine.
Oh, I don't care. What is it?
Donald Glover's Half Hour.
Great. Donald Glover's Comedy Central Half Hour is phenomenal.
Yes.
Donald Glover
wasn't as strong, but the half hour was really good.
He was super funny. He is the reason the Creek in the Cave does comedy.
Did you overlap with him?
No, he was before me.
Okay.
He was writing on 30 Rock when I started doing mics his sketch group Derek would do shows at the Creek in the Cave. It was like a music space. Rebecca just bought it, I think. If I'm telling this wrong, Rebecca, I apologize. And then Timmy from The Whitest Kids You Know, him and John F. O'Donnell started a open mic called Kingdom of Heaven, and it was insane. Yeah. It was right when I moved to New York, and I went there, and I'm not lying when I say the lineup was Rory Scovel, Kumail Nanjiani, Joe Mandy, Mark Norman, me, Joe List, Dan St. Germain, Mike Lawrence, like Dan Bolger from Boston.
I know Dan.
Yeah.
Dan's a monster.
Yeah, so there were like all these people, and you would just go watch these people and be like, oh, I need to work on this. And it was very fun. Wasn't like they weren't doing regular comedy shows. They were just doing that mic. And then Rebecca was like, we're going to do comedy. And then it became literally a clubhouse where you could just go. And I bombed in that room over 50 times hard.
I would go, if I was booked at a standing room,
yeah,
I would go between shows and just watch the Power Hour, not go up.
Power Hour's so fun. Brutal. They did a lot of really fun shows. Sean O'Connor had this thing called Night Mike.
Sean O'Connor in LA now?
Yeah.
He was such a good comic.
He's hilarious. I think he's like one of
His
the
half
funniest-
hour is fantastic.
He's one of the funniest human beings.
Yeah.
And he's still writing jokes. He
Yeah.
like wrote for Nikki on the Golden Globes.
Yes.
He writes.
Saw that.
Sean
So-
O'Connor is, I mean, Norm Macdonald loved him. That's all the
Yeah.
proof you need.
Yeah.
Like Sean is so funny, but he used to do this thing that was the best.
Yeah.
I feel like a hipster right now, but I'm like, oh, you like his Golden Globe jokes? You missed Night Mike. But Night Mike, he would just do this random shit. They used to do, Andy Haynes used to do this thing called Midnight Run, where you would get really high. The Lucas Brothers and Andy Haynes, I think it was. Or I was on the show with the Lucas Brothers.
Insane.
But it was, I mean, Michael Che came up there. Like a lot of us, that's where we all hung out. We did like real roasts back then. Not this like a company's paying for it to be filmed. It was like, please no cameras. And it would be like Nate, we roasted Bargatze when he moved. We roasted Giannis was the first big one. It was so fun. Some of those jokes made people very angry.
Nate was a clean roast battler?
Dude, Nate, Red State Nate, there wasn't a battle. There was no battle involved. It was people were going up there and saying jokes that ended friendships. I remember the old patio at the creek after Giannis's. Racine had like 4 jokes that he had to go around to people and be like, hey, I was just kidding about that. Like, he just absolutely laid them out. But it was like, that's why I kind of got a little, hey, stop eating your butt. That's why I kind of got a little mad about the like commercialized version of the roast, because you're like, this is supposed to be between people that are very close and it's only people in the room and you're saying wild shit about them.
Yes.
You're not following a format of like, so-and-so is here, so-and-so is so-and-so that so-and-so said that they had sex with them. And it's like, I got it.
Yeah.
I also suck at roasting. So this is like
I don't believe that, but sure.
I'm not good at it. But when it's my friends and it's a closed room, I'll let that chopper sang.
My issue with roast battle, I did see one in Austin. I went and judged one of the ones at Mothership.
Those guys are unbelievable.
Dude, it was like, oh, this is good. This wasn't bad.
It's unbelievable.
This is a great art form.
Yeah, I went and watched. I did the same at Mothership. I hosted or judged a roast battle, and I was like, "You guys are so good at this."
They didn't want to win. They cared about the jokes, and they didn't care about winning.
Yeah,
that should be how it goes. You shouldn't actually want to win.
I'm just not good at that style.
Ty Rivera was the other judge, which is he's very good at that.
That guy will burn down. You know, he'll set fire to anything.
Anything
in a way that I'm like blown away by. Where I'm like,
it's
I
very
don't have
fun
half
to watch.
that chutzpah.
Yeah.
But when you tell you start doing mics in Houston. When did you tell your parents?
Pretty shortly after. I wasn't like coming out to them. I was kind of doing comedy now, and they're like, "Cool, keep your job. Don't give up your job."
So that was it.
Yeah. They were also. This is somewhat weird of a thing for me to admit. It's not a cool thing to talk about. When I was in college, when I was 20 years old, a guy just walked up to me on the street and said, I work with a modeling agency. Here's my card. You should come see us.
And do you immediately go home and call your parents?
I call my parents like, no, you can't do it. You're not allowed to do that. And I was like, let me just go talk to them. They're like, no, you can't make money off of what you look like.
Your biopic's going to rule. Your dad at home. Ain't no son of mine gonna take his shirt off or ain't nothing more.
Now, whether or not the agency was legitimate, which
what
is really to be said,
he's in a laboratory, but it's overalls and he's shoeless. He promised you a fan boat, boy. You ain't never gonna model unless you modeling it on a fan boat, because that's something the whole family can use. So they said they shot it down.
They were like, we're really against that. And I don't know if it was a legit offer, by the way. It could have been someplace that was just trying to get my monies for the
you might have avoided some heavy trauma.
True, but the whole idea was like, you're absolutely. I don't care if it pays. We don't care. Work on your education. Get a good job with the math skills you have, because that's where you were going to make your money.
But I think there is a part of you that. Did you resent that at all?
I didn't mind the boundaries they gave me because I knew they were right. Anything they told me, I knew they were correct. And I'm like, they're probably right. And then when I did my first open mic, it felt like I was like an Amish person experiencing the real world. Yeah. Where I was just like, oh, everything they told me about myself was limited and based on probably their own insecurities and own insufficiencies. And my first set went well enough that I'm like, maybe I have this is very cheesy to say, but the first set felt like I got a letter from Hogwarts. That I had been a wizard all these years and I didn't realize I had this power because I wasn't like a good actor. I wasn't a funny guy. I'm not the most charming guy. I'm a weirdly stiff person, as you can tell.
You are objectively handsome.
Thank you.
And that is intimidating in itself. Immediately you want to write you off. You want to go, what are you fucking, was this guy funny? Fuck that. Because a lot of the times senses of humor are a self-defense mechanism. And a lot of the times it's like people that develop it. That's why reading about kids taking Ozempic, you go, well, then no one's going to be funny. You need fat people.
Yeah.
You want good blowjobs? You need fat girls.
I'm fully with you.
And then they get skinny in their 20s and you wonder why she just sucked your past through your pee hole. And you're like, oh, you were a big girl. All right, I got you. You like, dude, I'm telling you right now, Katie, who my fiance,
yes,
the love of my life,
a funny person, a very funny person.
She had a very difficult middle school years. She had very difficult. So did I.
Yeah,
and that's why when you find that out about a person, you go like, and now you're hot. And you're like, fucking, this is great. But you taking away that, I think, stops people from growing into a personality, into having it. So when an attractive person is funny, you immediately go like, no fair. Like, no fair.
I'm with you on that.
Like, no,
I hate those people when I see them online where they're just attractive people who are like model / comedian. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
But
it's about status.
But it doesn't mean you can't get there. Comedy, I believe, the basis of comedy is humility. It shows you that you ain't shit. And that's why, like, comics, the best advice has always been, just like when people say, how do you get in shape, diet and exercise, how do you get good at stand-up, write and get on stage?
Yeah.
Because you have to have bad sets and you have to get humbled and you have to go like, I think this is so funny. And you say it and they go, that ain't even kind of funny. Or they go, what?
Yeah.
Or you have a joke that works 3 times and then it fails 20 times.
Yes.
And then you go like, well, I have to learn how to figure this out. So there is like, so I think when like an attractive person is funny, immediately the response is like, fuck you, you are. But it can happen. And when you have that moment for you in your life where you do an open mic and people don't know that your parents are like, no modeling, none of this. No, ain't no boy of mine gonna be in an underwear on the Mason Day catalog. and then you do an open mic and you go like, I found it. If this feels good and I think I can get really good at it.
Yes, I thought that was what I thought. I saw. Okay, I understand that it's very rare for someone to have a good set their first time. Yeah. This is one data point that points to me being an upper outlier. And then I had another good set.
Immediately,
another good set with
you graphed it,
and then I bombed for 3 months.
Yeah,
2 good sets and I bombed for 3 months, and I was really about to give up hope. Minus Chase DeRusso and a couple other comics who I started with there. Were just like, hey man, I know it's rough up there. We like what you're doing. Keep doing it. We thought you were just some frat bro who's going to try it twice, and we didn't want to give you the satisfaction.
Yeah.
So we waited until we saw you bomb a bunch of times to tell you you're doing a good job.
And
Keep at it.
That's the best feeling.
It was one of my favorite moments of comedy. I walked off stage after a bomb. They go, "You're funny," and I was resentful. I'm like, "Why are you telling me that now?"
Yeah.
That wasn't funny.
There was a moment where, I in Tucson, I had a ton of those moments. But when I moved here, specifically in New York, I was barking down in the West Village. I wasn't getting real spots. I was only doing open mics or check spots. And I was on this like late, Joe List was one of my good buddies. So he was one of those people that was like, no, you're funny. Like keep going. But I was in a really tough place and I had zero money and it was really hard. And Neil Brennan, who I'm a Chappelle fanatic.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the reason I do stand-up comedy is because of Dave Chappelle. I was like such a hipster with him that when Chappelle Show came out, I resented his fame because I was like, he was mine. I knew about him. You guys didn't even fucking care about him. You don't even know about the show he did with Jim Brewer called Buddies. Like I knew about stuff. I was like into it. And of course I knew who Neil Brennan was. They wrote Half Baked together. I was like huge into Half Baked. And I was at a real down part and Neil Brennan came into it was the Comedy Village, but the old Boston, and he watched my set and I got off stage and he's like, you're funny. You're like really funny. And I was like, oh, whoa. And it was just that moment where you're like, this guy who has done Clayton Bigsby, like directed the Rick James sketch. It's like all this stuff that I like love. I was like, oh, all right. That's like pretty big for me. And then you just keep going.
Those are the best moments in comedy, I think.
Yeah.
It's just getting when someone you idolize is like, hey, you were funny.
Yeah.
That's kind of the best moment. People talk about
and it's equally gratifying to watch, and I truly do mean this, when you watch friends of yours that you know are hilarious get very famous. Because you go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is like watching Nate and Shane blow up to me has been so fun. Because you go like, right? All right. So we were all right. Everyone this is one thing that we can all agree on is that these motherfuckers are hilarious. Because for so long you're going like, am I funny?
Yeah.
Is this shit funny? But I was lucky that I had a supportive mom. I had a different, my mom was more like draft day mom. She was like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. You know, like, you're going to put us on. Like, not in a...
like
not
a golden ticket kind of way?
Not in a way where it felt forced like that, but in a way of like, that was kind of my motivation. Like, I could make our lives... I could help my family. And it really was that kind of motivation of like, well, that's why I'm going to move to New York. If I want to make this thing real, I want to fucking do this. I loved comedy. And so I was kind of motivated and also was something that I loved. So it was like, well, yeah, I'll just go put in my time. I've never been good at the marketing thing. I've never been good at the self-congratulatory or like bragging kind of thing. I just always loved being funny. And I have a competitive nature. So I was like, stand-up is a great place for me to be.
I'm also very competitive. I think that gets you a long way.
I think a lot of comedians are, and that's why I hate when they say they aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
And they're also hardworking. And they're like, I'm a bum. I'm like, no, you do something. If you're here now, you have some grit.
But that should be, I think, for anybody that, like, fuck it. If they're a mathematician, if they're a writer, if they're like you really... I went, you know, when I was younger, I went through it, and I still love him as a writer. I went through a huge Hunter S. Thompson phase.
Yes.
And then when you read about when he began writing, when he was a kid, he would type out chapters of Hemingway novels because he thought he could learn the melody of the word, like the keys, like how to write. So he would like rewrite.
It's just large language modeling.
Exactly. That's so, yeah. I like that you can immediately put it into a crazy smart term where I go, yeah, I'm almost like the Creole guy now. I go, well, that's just, you just touch the ground, and if it's warm, that means someone walked there. And they go, well, that's actually an imprint from body heat. And you go, okay, mister. Your dad goes, this boy understands swap logic. Are your uncles like that? Are your uncles like...
No.
Your family's not like Creole?
Are my uncles Cajun?
Yeah.
Yes, very.
Oh, Cajun.
Yeah, if you hear them talk, you'll be like, yeah, that's
are
a
you
Cajun
like, what?
It's crazy.
Matthew.
My dad's accent when he drank and talked to his brothers, his accent would come back, and it was cool to see.
That's like Big J. When you get him around Philly, he'll be like, up in New York, you don't hear an accent, and then he's back near Philly, and he'll be like, I'm gonna go get a hoagie. And you're like, the fuck was that, dude?
Where you all going after this?
He's like, nah, I'm just going home. And you're like, you're going home? But I love that. I always think it's fascinating because comics, you know, I would like to interview anybody, but I always think you can like see where people come from by how their parents treated them, because it's all about where your parents came from. My mom was like, dude, if you want to do this, God bless you. I don't have any money, so I can't really fucking help you.
Yeah.
But like when I told her I wanted to be a comedian, she was almost like kind of what I told you about earlier. She was like, if you're following something that you think you'll love doing, I'm not going to stand in your way. And it was just nice. So when I hear about your parents being like, no, did you have the moment with your parents where they were like, good job?
Yes. With my dad, he passed away in 2016.
Sorry to hear
the
that.
last 2 years were fading cognition due to Parkinson's.
Okay.
He never understood it. It was just such a foreign thing to him that I would want any of that. I think someone else has a good bit about it, but he was, when you grow up as poor as he did, having money is making it. You don't need fame.
Yeah.
You don't need stardom or to be some kind of like
that's
rock folk hero.
That fame and stardom are for people with full bellies.
Yes.
It's not for people who can't fucking keep the lights on.
Yeah, and what he didn't understand was he gave me so much stability, and that he works very hard, and we had a good home and a good education, and just, you know, I was never wanting. And
you had Speedos for days.
Speedos.
You had fucking caps and nose plugs.
I had to pay for my own swim lessons.
Dude, you came up hard.
Yeah, that was in terms of practicality. They're like, if you want to swim, that's your money you have to pay.
Yeah, dude, that is poor parents. That are poor parents that made money where they go, you pay for that.
Well, no, because they were like, we want to reinforce to you that academics is your job and anything else is a hobby.
My mom kind of did that, but it didn't stick because I was just a smart ass in school. My mom was like, this isn't going to work. I can't fucking ride him on this.
Yeah. But my dad, he saw me on, I had done Comedy Central and I tried to explain to him like on New Faces. He was like, sounds good. And then he saw me on Carson Daly. I did Carson Daly, which I had to explain. This sounds like a bit. I swear it's not. I had to explain to him that it was neither the Carson Show nor the Daily Show.
That's really funny.
I know. It's too good of a pun. It sounds like I contrived it.
Fucking thought about that. Where he goes, "You're going to be Johnny Carson?" You're like,
no, Carson Daly. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
I think Jon Stewart's tremendous. And you go, well,
you don't get it, Dad.
Are you familiar with NSYNC? Are you familiar with the boy band push of the turn of the century? So when you did Carson Daly, he was kind of
watched it, and he was like, I watched it, and I was like, wow, that's my son on television.
That's awesome.
And I kind of understand now why you do this and how far you've come.
That's awesome.
And my mom has still never given me anything, but she did say to me one time, she's been like happy. I did a movie with Billy Crystal. I was on Maisel. I did Tonight Show. She thought those were important. Conan was like, whatever, people are going to see this. Or at least she literally, I think I did.
But
I was
moms
like,
have a way of doing that. I'm going to tell you right now, my mom is the most supportive. Like, I couldn't ask for a more supportive mom. And even her, one time, the second time I did Conan,
which set was that?
Not
the Nazi one?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking thought I bombed that set.
No.
My first set was
such an interesting, it was such a paradigm shift of why are we picking on old people? Let's defend them. And it was when I was still learning comedy. I'm like, oh, that's such a better way to do that.
Yeah.
That's such a smart way to take that on.
Well, you know if we're talking comedy theory for you nerds, if you don't want comedy talk, you can leave. I'll see you on the next episode. But, that comedy theory-wise was the Louis internet joke on the plane. Wait for it.
That I probably wouldn't be a comedian if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, it's one of the most iconic, and he did that on Conan, and I think that really blew it. He did it as a panel joke, but it was one of his stand-up jokes.
Yeah.
But the joke was, if you don't know, you should go watch it. But he's on a plane, and a guy is trying to get the internet on his phone, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Give it a second. It's going to space."
Yeah.
Loved that joke. And then Louis revealed it was, dude, what are you doing? My dog's just eating her ass. She's just in her kennel eating her ass. Hey. But Louis, finally I saw an interview where Louis revealed that was him. He was making fun of himself.
Yeah.
And I did that to my grandmother. I was like trying to show her something on my phone, and she was like, what? And I was like, ugh. How do you not get it?
Yeah.
And then she was like told a story literally about her and my grandfather sitting on a hill. We were driving across the Bay Bridge, which goes from San Francisco to Oakland. And we were crossing over into Oakland. And my grandmother went like, your grandfather and I sat on that hill and watched them turn on the lights of the Golden Gate and Bay Bridge after the Japanese surrendered. And I was like, oh, fuck. And she was like, yeah, we had to turn off the lights of the bridge because we were afraid of the Japanese bombing us during World War II. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't even fucking know that was a thing.
Whoa.
She might have been lying to me. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But it was one of those things where that's how that joke, where I was like, who am I to talk shit to this woman because she doesn't know how to work GPS?
Yeah.
You're like, so fucking what?
Still a fresh joke, honestly.
Yeah. But I did Conan, and I called my mom, and I was like, I think Fallon just took over the Tonight Show. And my mom, I go, yeah, I'm doing Conan again on like April 22nd. My mom goes, when are you doing Fallon? And you go, well, I don't fucking know. You know, it was like immediately that kind of response. You go, how about we just celebrate this win?
Yeah.
How about I'm doing Conan again?
Yeah.
And but parents, I guarantee she watches this podcast, so I know I'll get a call about this. She's very supportive. I know for a fact she didn't mean it like that.
Sure.
But it's just your insecurity.
Kids are sensitive. My mom said to me one time, I was just kind of frustrated. I'm like, why are you not like excited for me? She thinks I'm funny, by the way. My mom does actually like respect my comedy. But I said, why aren't you excited for me that I've made a career out of this? You said it was very unlikely. You know, the lottery ticket that I got out of all this. And she goes, listen, I didn't have the life I wanted. I didn't have the marriage I wanted. I didn't have the career I wanted. I don't consider myself a lucky person, and you are my son. So if you succeed, it would mean I succeed. And it's not that I don't believe in you. It's that I don't believe in me.
Oh.
And that always gave me some perspective on it.
You go, oh,
I go,
God, how do you not hug her right then?
Yeah, I know.
You go, come here.
And then I've said that before on podcasts. And she goes, when did I say that?
It's so funny. They're defensive. They get defensive quick. I didn't say that.
I don't remember saying that.
Dude, one time I made a joke where I was like talking about like a drinking problem. My mom's like, I didn't drink that much. And you're like, come on. And then she's like, all right. But it wasn't that bad. You go, no, it wasn't that bad. You're like, you gotta, because there are people. Everyone, that's the one thing that I think the internet's erasing that we need to hold on to is that fucking people are people. Like you have feelings. Like that's what sucks about AI. That's what sucks about ChatGPT and this thing that I hope it's fake. I don't know if it's true that Meta is making AI profiles. So it's going to be people you're interacting with on Instagram aren't even real people. They're all AI. And
dead internet.
Dead internet theory.
Yeah.
Dead internet theory. And you're like, then why go on it? Katie and I call everyone bots now.
Yeah.
If someone does something in public, we'll go, this is a bot. That's a fucking bot, dude.
Like that red dress scene in the Matrix. They're all just there for you.
You go, dude, that's a bot.
Yeah.
But I think it's, I think like, I everything's so politicized now and everything is so tribal and like take this side and it's kind of like, guys, this is a tough go for everybody.
Yeah.
And you realize that when you talk to your parents or you talk to people that you maybe have a tenuous emotional connection to or a weird emotional connection to, and you talk to them and you go like, oh, they got shit. Like I won't talk to friends for like months and I'll be like, they're mad at me or whatever. Then you talk to them and they're like, no, I was going through something. And you go, oh fuck. You know?
Or do you make new friends anymore?
Rarely.
Yeah.
If it's not through comedy,
right?
Not really.
You're not married?
No, I'm engaged.
Okay. Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
How many groomsmen do you see yourself having? Or bachelor party? How many guys are you inviting on your bachelor party?
I wouldn't even do a bachelor party. I'm not that kind of guy.
No,
I would, if I went away for like that kind of thing, I don't know. I would want it to be like 10 people, but then I would be hurting people's feelings. I'm still close with my 6 best friends from high school.
Okay. I was curious the composition.
I'm very close with, it's not as close as I want to be. I don't see them nearly as much and I don't talk to them as much, but we all still are in contact and we're all still, we try to get together. Everyone has families now, but there's no like, I still love all my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good group?
I had no friends in high school.
Really?
I have no one from my high school is going to my wedding.
Really?
Yeah. I made my friends in college, but I was a loser, and what they don't tell you about losers is they can also be mean. You can be a loser and mean. It wasn't
well, a lot of times you're mean because you're a loser.
Yes. And I was just
and you're smart, which means you can
isolated.
be, if you're smart, that means you can be precise with your.
I wasn't socially smart. I did all the AP classes with a bunch of dorky kids who would have gladly had me as a friend, but I had my eyes on the cheerleaders and the football players. And
any reason why did you ever pinpoint a reason why they never fucked with you or
general unpleasantness? I don't think I
they
was
were just kind of like
person. No, me being unpleasant.
They were just like Matt's unpleasant.
Yeah, I think I was just socially remedial.
Yeah,
I didn't exactly get good social skills from my father.
I mean, yeah. The way you talk about it, it's understandable. Do you ever think that they would see that and go like, now that they're adults, they go, oh, that makes sense. Like
but my high school people?
Yeah, like people from high school go, huh, looks like we were wrong. We were the monsters the whole time.
I don't think they would have really, I think about that a lot where I'm like, yes, they rejected me, but I didn't share a lot with them. And I see them now, and when you do comedy now, people are a lot nicer to you. And like, this is a bit of a laborious conversation. I think we can both feel that.
I completely did. I did.
I never really wanted what you guys were after. I would pretend, but I don't like watching SEC football on a Sunday afternoon. I like swimming and math and puzzle nights. And
I mean, damn, I would have traded in a second. I would love to hook 'em horns or you were in.
Laura and my parents were Longhorns.
I mean, dude, Austin would be a fun school to go to. But
because their NFL team and their MLB team and their NBA team are just a college football team.
Got close to the national championship this year. Got real close. I understand that feeling. I went to.
You had friends though.
I had friends. I had friends in a way that like I think I needed them like more than they really helped me out just because my dad died in high school, my sister died in high school. I had a lot of just stuff where I liked doing substances, so I needed kind of people around me.
Yeah.
And I had a really, really good group of friends and external friends. You know, I had my 6 like really, really close friends, but then there was like that outer layer, which McDaniel was in, and like that stuff where in high school, you know, middle school, him and my buddy Byron were my best friends. But it's interesting because I think, the story I was going to tell was I did the Boulder Theater in Colorado last year. It was like my first theater.
Congrats on doing theaters, man. Well deserved.
Thanks.
It's so cool to see a good comic being
it's
rewarded for
ramping
good
up.
comedy.
So I hope, get tickets, dansoder.com. But I did the Boulder Theater, which is the biggest show I've ever done in Colorado, outside of opening for Bert at Red Rocks, which was phenomenal. But
12?
it was the same week I did that show. But you're opening, you go some of my people I went to high school were there, which was awesome. My friend Carrie was there. She like took a picture. She's like, I didn't even know you were going to be here. But I did the Boulder Theater, and then afterwards, everyone met up at a bar, my group of friends, and then there were other people from high school that went to the show at the Boulder Theater that maybe were brought by a friend of a friend that I hadn't seen in fucking 20 years or whatever. And this one girl, I won't give her name. We weren't friends in high school. We're not friends now. She was just there with a friend of a friend, and she just goes, I didn't think you were that funny. And I was, not tonight. She goes, growing up, I didn't think you were funny. And I was like, okay. And by the way, there's like people I want to see. As I told you, I don't see my friends nearly enough. And this girl's she's not trying to be mean. I swear to God, she's not trying to be mean. She's literally just trying to, this is what I mean by laborious. You were right about laborious. She's like just trying to have a conversation. And I'm like talking to her about her. I'm like, that's awesome. You're doing that. So that seems like a good job. And she's like, so this is your job. And I was like, she's like, that was fun. She's like, in high school, I didn't think you were funny. And I was like,
you were though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't, but
I was,
I can understand.
I was pretty much
trying to give you a compliment.
Known for being funny.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like I wasn't good at sports. Yeah. I was good at getting fucked up and being silly. Like that's what I'm still good at. And I remember being like snapping in this moment and going like, oh, I have no reason to talk to this person. So she just finished her sentence and I walked away. And Katie was like, that looked like a weird exit because Katie was there and she was like, that looked like, do you know that girl? And I was like, I went to high school with her, but I realized in the middle of our conversation that there's no reason to have this conversation. I'm not going to reach out to her ever. I don't care. Yeah. And all she was saying was shit that was like kind of hurting my feelings. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gone. Also, you weren't even cool in high school. It was like a thing where, it's one of those things where a week later you're driving somewhere and you're like, fuck you. I was funny in high school. Like pulling into a parking lot. I'm like, who is this? I'm like in Providence pulling into a parking lot. Like, this fucking bitch. I was funny in high school. Should have had Mr. Gomez's second period math class with me drinking them Faderades. Yeah.
I think people, when you've had some kind of upward status shift in your life, people think it's okay to shit on who you were. And you're like, I'm defensive of every version of myself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like every version of myself. Even when I didn't even like when I was in that, I still am like, nah, that guy was trying.
Yeah.
Except in the weeds waiter Dan. That guy's a real prick. That guy's a real
in the weeds?
You'd never waited tables. When you wait tables and hostesses, with all due respect, the bimbos of the restaurant world.
Yes.
They're the hotties that they put up front.
Yeah, and they walk you to your table and they leave and then you're disappointed.
Well, what they do is they will double seat a waiter. They seat a table. So you start the table, getting their drinks, their appetizer, and then they set another table. Well, you got to take care of the drinks and the appetizers for this. It's too soon to sit this table. So now you're rushed. Now I got to get this table, but I also got to greet them. Sometimes they'll triple sit you, where it's like table, table, table. Well, how am I going to greet 3 tables at once? Now you're in the weeds. Now you're fighting out of it. How do I keep these table times? You thought comedy talk was bad. Just get me waiter talking. And now you're in the weeds. I would be a dick. I'd be like, get the fuck out of my way. Like,
to other staff. And
other waiters, fucking customers, dude. Anyone can get it when I'm fucking in the weeds. I will fucking go after. I was a fucking prick when I was in the weeds.
That's awesome.
I'm like, did you even fucking fill the ice bin, you fucking cunt? One time I was so mad I called a guy who left that didn't do his side work, and I was like, when you're a closing server, you have to sign people out. This guy got paid and left without getting signed out. And I called him at home and I was like, come back in. you didn't do your side work. And I knew he lived in the neighborhood, so he came back in and filled the ice buckets. Because take down those mocajetes, man. You're on a team here. Thanks for coming.
They made an Emmy-winning show out about this.
Yeah, The Bear. I can't watch it. It'll give me too much anxiety. I haven't watched it. Everyone's like, if you work in a restaurant, you'll get anxiety. I was like, dude, I gotta wait for that. I gotta sit somewhere in like a thunder vest and be like.
Andy Weir said that. He's a great author. Andy Weir said that he used to work in tech and they could watch Silicon Valley. He goes, no, for the same reason that veterans can't watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, I get it. My uncle worked in politics for a long time, and he said the closest thing that anyone has replicated with politics is Veep.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say it. Similar to Scrubs, apparently, is the most accurate medical show.
Really?
Comedy does a better job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said, my uncle said that House of Cards doesn't even, he's like, that's not real. He's like, that's not real at all. He's like, it's way more Veep. It's way more like people making mistakes and then being like, I didn't mean to make a mistake. I was on top of that.
Yeah.
It's great. Watch everything Matt Broussard does.
Yeah.
He's an incredible comic. Special on YouTube.
Yes.
Go watch it. Give it the views.
Appreciate that.
Do you and Laura have a podcast?
Yes, we do. She does stand up too.
Yes.
You were on it. You're a fantastic guest. Great episode if you want to hear that one.
Yeah. Listen to their podcast. Support. I love you. Thank you for watching this. If you're not into comedy talk, you know what happens once every couple episodes.
Sorry.
Guess what? Next episode will be pro wrestling talk. Then you'll be begging for this episode.
Waiter talk, baby.
Oh, dude, I could. Oh,
my eyes were glazing over during that. I was just like,
I'll go all in. But there are people who are listening to this who are like, yes.
You made him sign out, dude. That's gnarly, dude.
I would absolutely do. Dude, I'll start a second podcast called In the Hutch with Dan Soder. Just talking waiter shit. Comment below if you want me to do if every 3 episodes you want me to do an exclusive. I'll bring in Eli. I'll bring in Sarah I'll bring in all my old friends I used to Dos Caminos with. You want to get in this? Well, fucking get in this. Matt Broussard. At Matthew Broussard.
At Monday Punday.
At Monday Punday. Way off. At Monday Punday. Go watch him. He's hilarious. I'm telling you right now, his jokes, they are fantastic. Like, you watch your jokes and you're like, God damn it. I remember when they were doing This Week at the Cellar, you would have jokes where I'm like, oh, that's fucking.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's unbelievable.
That.
So yeah, go check him out. Boy.